Welcome to Coach Hayes Football and the Team. That's right. If you're here, that means you want to become a team member, and here's how you do it. Simply join up. There are 3 tiers. The first tier is the player tier. On this tier, you get to use special emojis as well as you will get member shoutouts. The second tier is the coach tier. Now, here's where you get prioritized in the comment section on live streams, discounted merchandise. You also will receive access to early videos and private videos. The third tier is the coordinators tier. This tier right here is where it gets really exciting. You get to skip the phone lines and be next automatically. Also, you can join me on the screen, right, during the live streams. You get to come on the screen and talk your talk. Also, we'll be watching some games together. So you'll get specialized and private links in order to watch the games with Coach live. Just a quick note, the higher the tier, you also get the perks that go below it. That's really exciting. So not only that you get the perks for that tier, but you get the ones that follow underneath as well. So don't hesitate. Go ahead, hit that join button, become part of the team with Coach Hayes, and become a player, coach, or coordinator. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a great time this season.
Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back, slide, 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 you finna go live, slide, you finna go live, slide, you finna go live, slide, I like you got some skate, skate on, skate, I like you got on some 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 skate. For the jet, let's pull off with you, sliding, riding, standing, moving with you, dropping with you, time about the green light, let's go.
What's up, everybody? We back in the building, man, having a good time, man. We are Canes Talk Live, episode 189 in here. Let me know everything looks good, and we can get this thing going and rocking. Just got off of Hayes Street. I see LMV with the thumbs up. I'm loving it. I appreciate it. There it is, man. All right, Tiger Vin, just subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the team. Also, we've added a Discord. So if you'd like to join the Discord, LMV, I know she'll definitely throw it up there. She has the membership information up here already. But if you'd like to join the Discord, make sure you do so. If you are a member and you see your name in green or you see some of the people's names up here in green, that means they are a member. They can join the Discord and get into the back room in what we call the locker room. And it's going down tonight in the locker room. Y'all been missing because Coach been missing. I was missing last week for someone that don't know. Celebrate Mom's birthday. We had family come in and all that good stuff. So Coach had kind of been out of pocket, to be honest, last week. So I'm here to learn some things from you guys as well about the Miami Hurricanes. I got a couple of things I want to talk about for maybe some of the things I missed. And so far as our running back, we had a running back leave and a couple of shout outs. But today I want to talk a little bit about Coach Alex Mirabal, who I've known for a long time in coaching. I respect him as a coach. I respect what he does. Even as a person, who he is, he's genuine, has always been kind to me. Had an opportunity to work with him as well at FIU. So I'm going to talk to him a little bit, and we're talking about building a versatile offensive line. And so we're going to get into that here in a second. Let me give a couple of shout outs before we get rocking and rolling, and we'll go ahead from there. LMV, as always. I don't know which corner. Matter of fact, get right there in that corner, LMV. This one. Go in that corner right there. You got 5 minutes. For those that don't know, if y'all weren't just on Hayes Street show, we were talking about some things. If Coach won that $1 billion lotto, I just wanted 48 hours and go buck wild. And y'all go watch that. I ain't gonna talk about it anymore because we got some young Canes in the building. But anyway, I'm just having fun. Normal guy, what's up with you? How you doing? Chris, what's up, man? Let's see. Appreciate you, Chris. It's Lisa Ray. Nuh-uh. That Players Club. Seems like you're ready. Oh, I'm sorry. Calm down. All right. Got Shad in the building. What's up with you, Shad? He got the eyeballs up. We're going to see what he's talking about. South Coast Kane, what's up, man? Make sure y'all go check out South Coast King, he has a channel as well. Also, Shad has a channel. Make sure you check him out. Got a lot of good things going on. Brandon Sanan, if I'm saying it correct. Yo, what's up with you, man? Let me see who else here is in the building. Eric Holmes says Discord. Yeah, we got a Discord. Got to get that thing rocking. All right. And Ro in the building. Let's get it. All right. Let's talk a little bit. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to Alex Dono from Locked On Canes. He gave me a shout out in regards to a video that I did talking about the spring game. And as you know, I have another video segment that I call Exercising My Thoughts. Coach out here trying to get a little thin, get a little healthy. I'm a little chubby around the tubby, so I got to get rid of it. And while I'm walking, doing my thing, I make videos, right? So I got my video and I'm recording, and I made a video about the University of Miami fans getting no respect. And I talked about the spring game, okay? And I talked about them closing it off, going to Cobb Stadium, which is, I think, the track and the women's soccer field, and only 500 seat stadium. They're supposed to bring some other bleachers or things in, but it is a select few people that will gain access to the actual spring game, select students as well as some of the boosters. And I made a video about it, and shout out to Alex Dunno, who gave me a shout out for the video. So I know he said he was going to be on vacation, and that's what it is, man. So go check out that video. If you're not a subscriber or follower of Locked On Canes, then go do so, where you can get your daily podcast, I think, as he says, and he's an alumni of the Miami. Also, Henry Parrish has entered the transfer portal. I know this is kind of old news, but coach is playing catch up right now. So Henry Parrish leaves and goes into the portal. I was truly shocked when I heard this. I was truly shocked because I know what he contributed to the Miami Hurricanes for the past 2 years. Being a South Florida kid, going to Ole Miss, transferring back with the running back coach, Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith leaves, goes back to Ole Miss, but he decides to stay. Was the leading rusher for us for 2 years, right? And, Myrick, shout out to Myrick. You has been on for 2 months. Well, Myrick, guess what? You won that shirt, and it just told me it's coming Friday. So you should receive it. Email me if you don't get it, but it should be Friday. So Myrick, shout out to you for getting that shirt on those donos, man. And thank you. I replied what shirt I wanted, coach. It's already coming. See? It's already on its way. It's been printed, and it should be to you Friday in 2 days. All right. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being a member for 4 months, man. Awesome. So anyway, Mario Cristobal. All right, put this up over here. Come on, coach. Tighten up. Mario Cristobal and Henry Parrish part ways. I did see the press conference when he talked about it. It was very short. And he was like, well, basically wish him the best. And you know me, I'm just going to call a spade on this one. I was shocked, but here's my opinion. My opinion was that I may be wrong. It's just my opinion. Henry Parrish was kind of pushed out the nest. We have some running backs. We have Mark Fletcher, who is currently hurt, so we won't see him in the spring game. We got Ajay Allen, right? Ajay Allen, who is currently hurt as well. Trevante Citizen, who has been hurt for the past 2 years, he's out practicing now. So he hasn't played for 2 years. Oh, man, y'all clap it up. Man, y'all clap it up for Myrick with $20. Man, y'all clap it up. Myrick dropped off a dub in here, man. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate it, man. All right. So, real quick, like I'm saying, I'm all over the place. All right, here we go. Like I was saying, that Trevante Citizen has been out for 2 years due to injury and has not played. Okay, you still got Chris Johnson, played a little bit last year, speedster, right? very fast. We saw him score a touchdown. Not the biggest guy, but super fast. And then we got Chris Wheatley-Humphrey coming in. And Jordan Lyle, who is not currently there because I believe he goes to St. Thomas, and because at a private school, they don't allow them to graduate early and enroll early. So he'll definitely be showing up in the summer. So that's where we are. The juice been on there for 6 months, man. Y'all killing it over here, man. Come on. All right. So that's where it is in the running back room. And I really believe that Henry Parrish was pushed out due to the fact that you got a lot of guys and it's time for them to play. How do I feel about it? I feel that with Don Chaney leaving, I believe going to Louisville, you lose a lot of experience. Henry Parrish was a durable back for us. Very rarely hurt, if at all. Nicked up maybe a little bit, but very durable. Was he blazing fast? No, but he did a job. He went in there, blocked decent, if not well. Cool. But with Mark Fletcher, and I know he's the future, and I don't have a problem with this, but he is hurt right now. It has had surgery and so forth and so on. Allen, I think, again, was another good back, right? Maybe not the greatest, but a good back. But beyond those two, we're going into a lot of new faces, a lot of inexperience. That's not a bad thing. We're just talking about experience. So when Chris Johnson comes in, he's a little light for the fight. I'm not saying he's not going to get better, not going to be good. But we're talking about experience, and we're talking about with a quarterback and Cam Ward that we have. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll definitely find out here in a second. And then Chris Wheatley, we really don't know. We know that he's fast. They called him Hellcat, so you know he got some wheels too. He's not a big guy either. A lot of people have been talking about, well, we go in the transfer portal to get a running back. I don't know why. Like, why? If Travion Henderson maybe, or one of these 1,000-yard backs was in that deal, then I'm all for it. I totally get it. I totally understand. But right now, I don't know why we would go in the portal to get another guy, to have a guy out to bring a guy in. Now, that's me saying he pushed out. Let's just say Henry Parrish decided to leave. Let's flip the coin. Henry Parrish decides to leave for whatever reason. I don't know why. You're the lead in Russia. You're going to play. You're going to get significant carries. Yeah, you might have split time with Mark Fletcher. But maybe the writing was on the wall about some of these young guys. But when Henry Parrish entered the transfer portal, we were only in the second or third day of practice. And as a coach, I don't see how, especially in the first couple of days, we're talking about shorts and helmet. I don't see some of the younger guys truly showing. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm just talking about through my years of coaching experience, I can't say that the young guys or the freshmen or whoever it is has had enough time to outplay my 2-year leading rusher. That's all I'm saying. So that's interesting to me, right? Those dynamics. But he's gone. It is what it is. I hope he lands on his feet somewhere, makes the best of it, gets an opportunity at the next level. And thank you for your service. I guess that's the best I can do. All right. Let me do a couple of these before I get into – let me do a couple of comments here before I do get into the Mirabal piece. All right. Corey Smith says, I hope Parrish wasn't pushed out, knowing all the other backs we have serious question marks, whether injury or experience question marks. Yeah. I don't know. That kind of threw me off. That really did throw me off. Really did. All right. Let me see. I saw another one. All right. We got Kels 1126 subscribe. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team. Fred, where you been, man? Excuse me, Fred, where you been? Yo, Coach Hay, what's good, bro? Hope you and the family are doing well. We are, man. Everybody's good. Hope you and your family is doing well also, man. I know you've been out there on your grind getting it in, so I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Fred. All right. Shad 1419 been a member for 6 months. But y'all own it right now, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Uh-oh, you got something to say. 7 months, excuse me. All right, Shad, what you got to say here? Let's see what come up on the screen here for us. Lagging to you guys? I feel like my computer lagging. Might be tired. I'm going hard lately. All right. Shad says, if a cat can swim, does it make it? You know what, Shad? You've been sniffing too much baby powder. Too much baby powder, Shad. Stop it. If a cat can swim, does it make it a catfish, or is it just a cat that can swim? And if ants were the size of beavers, would they eat chickens or ducks? Also, we have to have the most running back room in the country. Frank Langston just became a member in the. All right, Fred. Shad, go to sleep. Go to sleep, man. You got sleep. You sleep deprived. All right, Ro. All right, Ro said I'm lagging a little bit. Okay, like I say, Fred, thank you, man, becoming a new member in the building. Appreciate it. I don't know why it says I'm lagging though, man. I'm in full fledged over here. I don't know, man. Some side pixelated. Stay out the chat, Hayes. All right, let's get to Alex Mirabal. Let me just let people calm down. I guess what. Let me get to Coach Mirabal. I watched his press conference. After they practice, whatever, and it's about 13 minutes long, and I listened to it, and I'm like, man, and I was always impressed with the way he coached. We all know, Coach Mirabal, not the biggest guy, right? But he has a big presence on the football field, right? Not the biggest guy, but a big presence on the football field. He's loud. He's in their face. I mean, remember, he's talking to 6'5" guys. He be ripping them apart. But I've always admired the way in which he coached. Very technical. Takes his time. Makes sure they have a full understanding. And that's one thing I can say that I really, really enjoy about his coaching. And when I listened to his press conference and his approach to it, it was very, very good. We got all type of stuff going on here, man. We got the juice for another $20. For the juice, man. Kane's making it happen. His approach is very good to coaching. And he talked about recruiting guys. He talked about them being versatile. He talked about them not playing one position. He said that, are you an offensive lineman and not just maybe a right guard? And I thought it was a very interesting approach because a lot of times when we look at offensive linemen, even though they all play old line, and sometimes we think center, when we talk about bodies, types, sizes, and abilities, the center is a little different than the guard. The guards are different than the tackles. Oh, God, guys. You say my audio ass, coach. My audio ass. Don't do me like that. It might be StreamYard, bro. It might be StreamYard. I don't know what they're doing. They're killing me right now. I'm only using 5% of my CPU, so I'm not using anything right now. But I don't know. I'm sorry. Hopefully it gets better, but I got to push on. So they talked about guys when they played in high school, they may have played left tackle, but when they come here, they got to be a right tackle because you may have recruited 5 left tackles. Well, everybody can't play left tackle, so you may have to move somebody to guard, somebody to right tackle. And I thought that was a great and interesting approach. Somebody say, sound like my phone line on NIL. Desmond, I got a bone to pick with you. Yeah, I'm gonna open the phone line so you call in. Y'all leave me alone. I got AOL. So, with that being said, I'm interested to see how they build this thing back up, especially with Matt Lee as the center being replaced. There are a couple other people they're talking about in here. I don't know why this thing is acting up. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone line so you guys can start calling. Desmond say you got a bone to pick with me. 862-799-9956. Feel free to call on in. I don't know why it's so bad, guys. LMV did this. LMV left the dog on computer all night. Y'all know I hate stuff when it don't work. I get mad. Because if I'm paying money for this service around here, it's $50 dang on a month. It better be working. Oh, God. Anyway, I don't know why it's acting up like this. Well, anyway, phone line is open, 862-799-9956. All right, 8157 coming to you here in 1 second. Yeah, you crazy. She might have pulled my dog on wood. Me and Lex is going to have a rumble at jungle next day, boy. Ooh, it's going to die. All right, 8157 on the line. Call and talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Yo, what's up, coach? It's Daz. I'm out of here. Chef, and I stay like right down the road from Arnwood.
Okay, what's up, man? You say you got a bone to pick. Well, get the pick in your bone.
Well, I got a bone to pick with you, boy. Let me tell you about this one show you had going on. You had Hoodie Girl on there.
Okay.
Why you didn't get her 2 minutes?
What you mean?
Slap yourself, man. Slap yourself. Boy, that was the worst show you had all year.
Ouch. What you mean? Man, why didn't give her 2 minutes?
Yourself.
Why you saying? Why?
Hey, coach, man. Coach, y'all were talking about basketball. You know the basketball team been sorry all year.
Well, she was a guest. She wasn't on here for 2 minutes. She was a guest on the show. I don't understand why.
I say you should have. I say you should have gave her 2 minutes.
Why? I thought she was a nice guest, man. She enlightened me about some basketball stuff. I had to take notes. I was taking notes and everything, man.
Yeah, I took notes on my way to bed, man. Y'all put me to sleep. Coach, I usually watch it from beginning to end, coach.
Don't do us like that.
Hey, remember Alexis got on here and she said she supported you and Streeters, and she said she don't like the show, but she watched it to support you. I stuck it out for you, coach.
I appreciate it, Desmond. Why you do me like that, man? Yeah, I thought it was a good show. That was her first time coming on. She always support. That's my girl, Hoodie Girl, a.k.a. Melissa, a.k.a. Hoodie Girl, man.
Man, she need to take that hoodie out, coach. Hey, y'all treated that entire show like the UN spring game. Only gold members was allowed. You ain't read no chats. You ain't check in on us.
I opened up the phone line and everything.
Nah, man, it took too. I ain't make it that far.
Damn, dog. Yeah, hey,
hey,
hold on.
It was wind blowing because I'm walking out. You hear me? Hey, coach, if you hear the wind blowing because I'm walking outside, walking and venting like you be doing in your little videos.
Yeah. Okay, well, do your thing, man. You out there walking right now, so do your thing, man.
Nah, I'll just bless you with you. But now, as far as the Miami thing go, like, how you feel? Like, all right, so I just heard something. I was watching Kane Insights, and they said something about we got 900 reps, like from role linebacker, like role players at linebacker, like Cloyd. You got Keontre Smith, and you got what's the other dude that just left? You said number 11 because he went number 1 twice.
Oh, Flag,
What's
because he
his
number one
name,
twice. Flag. Yeah.
All right, so you got three linebackers right there that they took up a total of 900 snaps on the season. Who do you see filling that role? Like, it could be multiple guys, but who do you see getting the boatload of those 900 reps? Because we don't just play two linebackers, apparently, because we had 900 reps go to backups that's no longer on the team. Who do you see moving forward, like, replacing those snaps?
Right. So I did a video a couple weeks ago, I guess, talking about the class, Mario Cristobal's first class, and they need to step up. And one of those members is Wesley Basaint. It is time for Wesley Basaint to cement his name as a starter and 90% player on this team. If not, then move on out the way. But I don't see that happening. I think Wesley Basaint can play. There's a reason he was recruited. He did a great job when he was at Central. We just got to get the best out of him, right? And now this is second year in his system, and he got to get coached up. The linebacker coach just got the co-defensive coordinator tag, so he getting some more money, and that's what it is. Now, rotationally, of course, we know Kiko will start as well, right? Those two middle guys.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see. I would love to see Popo. I would love to see him out there making the plays. A big old dude playing in the middle. He may not be a starter, but I think he could be a heavy rotational guy out there making some plays, sparingly. If somebody gets dinged up or nicked up a little bit, he can definitely come in and make some plays. But for those third-year guys, it's their time. It's their time. It's time for them to step up. You're in your third year. Think about what I'm about to tell you. There are a lot of players. There are a lot of players in football leaving after their third year. And we got guys who are just coming into their light in their third year. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's bad business.
Yeah. So it's time for the guys that's going into their third year. It's time for them to step up. And that's just what it is. That's how I'm looking at it. Of course, you got Pulliam and a couple other guys out there. I don't know if Bobby Washington. I don't know how they're progressing. So I don't want to speculate on that. But those older guys should be there. My man Chase Smith. Matter of fact, right there, Mr. Overdose brought it up. Chase Smith has been a ghost for the Hurricanes, and I know it's been due to injury. I get it. It's been due to injury. And he was my first POTS player, pop off the screen player. The very first one I ever had. And unfortunately, he hasn't popped off the screen due to injury. All right. And so hopefully he's healthy enough to get out there and make plays. And I remember his very first spring game. I'm still picturing it now. When he ran that dude down backside and made it happen. That's big right there, bro. That's big.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
not
It's gonna hustle.
Yeah, and the thing is not to see that for the past 2 years is, I get it. He's hurt. I understand that, but it's time for him to shine. It's time for him to shine as well.
Yeah. He's just like a what's the running back? Citizen that we know he's talented out of high school. We know he got the accolade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We know he can. You know what I'm saying? Be a Hurricane. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen it. So he really one of the players I do want to see get them snaps, like the filling behind, like Cloyd.
Right.
How Cloyd was. And then you saying like, and I like Popo to take my boy Flag spot, like, you know what I'm saying, as a role player.
Okay.
But that's really my biggest concern is linebacker and stuff. Like, I'm not worried about DB because I feel Mario finna go shopping.
So you think he'll get some more guys out of the portal?
I think we need 1 or 2 more corners, and I think we're gonna rock out with what we got. 1 or 2 more corners, and I feel we don't go get a number 1 wide receiver if it's out there. Other than that, I think the team's pretty much set. We like 3-4 players away.
All right, so let me ask you this.
I don't want to go get nobody for the gap.
I just want to ask a question then. So if you say that we're going shopping, who on our team is going shopping? Meaning, who do you think may be leaving?
Who?
Yeah, who do you think may be out the door? That may surprise, not
All right,
surprise you,
so
but
so
like,
so
who are you
we
thinking that
we
may be
over.
walking out?
All right, so we over 7 players right now. So I think if you had me decide, I'm gonna say Redden. Michael Redden might be gone. I say Shamar Kirk might be gone. I say offensive line wise, he might get rid of Dennis, the dude he brought from Oregon, and the other dude he brought from Oregon. I think both of those would be gone. That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it, but you know the what's the safety name? Balaam. I like Balaam. You know what I'm saying? But I think he
Mm-hmm.
might be gone. That's 5. And dang boy, it get tough after them 5 going right there. Dang coach, you right. Look. That's business. Look, I don't get paid the millions, but that's 5 right there. I can think of right there. D line, you might get rid of that. I think Anthony Campbell, or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6. But realistically, he got to get more. He got to get rid of like 10 players to bring in those 3.
That's what I was gonna say.
So
Because you saying we over?
it's gonna be a touchy. It's gonna be a touchy time because he's gonna have to let go of somebody good, and I think a quarterback might be gone. If I think Ja'Cory Brown gonna stick around and stay. I don't think Ja'Cory Brown will leave until like next spring when they tell him he not the starter by then. But if not, I think Ja'Cory gonna start next year for this team if he stick around. But
So you say if a
it's
quarterback
gonna get
leaves and you say
hard.
it's not
So
Ja'Cory, who do you think leaves then? Because Parfenbarger just got
I
here.
think I think
Judd Anderson
I
just
think
got here.
Poffenberg will leave.
He just got
I
here.
think Poffenberg will be the first coach. Man, we already seen somebody already come and go. What's your boy Rodney Hill? Even though he was like a walk on, like they brought him on as a walk on, and I think Jason Taylor's son, they making him a walk on, so that might save another number that we ain't thinking about.
No, but I'm talking about the quarterback.
Coach,
I'm talking about the quarterback. So you think Parfenbarger comes here for the one season and leaves again? I'm just asking.
I think he's gone. I think he's gonna be gone. I think he'll stay this year, but after next spring, whoever not the starter is gonna be gone.
So what about Emory
I
Williams?
think
Where does
that's
he
it.
fall in that case? Because remember, he basically was QB2.
Emory don't mind being the back. I don't think Emory will mind being the backup next year. It'll be the future after that. You gotta realize Ja'Cory Brown was going to be a redshirt sophomore this year. Next year he'll be a redshirted junior. He only got like a year or 2 left.
Okay.
We'll get back to that staggered lineup next year. But I think one of the quarterbacks gonna be gone. Who you feel leaving? You feel me? We got to clear some room. Like
I ain't gonna say
like that talk. You don't want to say, you know what I'm saying?
well, no. I mean, I think there definitely going to be some people leaving, right?
Yeah.
I guess like I said, I don't know. When you deal with Mario Cristobal, like I would have never. I would have bet money that Henry Parrish wasn't leaving. I really would have. I would have bet money Henry Parrish wasn't leaving, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like to me, that was the most shocking because this dude, like, I was like, enter the portal, and maybe I'm wrong, or nobody. And again, I know I was kind of out of pocket for a week, but nobody wasn't really tripping. Is it just me? But nobody was really tripping that he left.
I'm gonna say it like that. I think they just ready to see. I really what I think it is. The Hurricane fans are ready for that to get back to what we used to, like that Duke Johnson, that Mark. When we had one and done, like we looking like man, the red shirt sophomore going to the league. What's Lamar Miller, like Grant Cooper, like we used to that kind of stuff, like. So for him to come, even though he was reliable, I like him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't think he was gonna leave either, but I don't. It's just the way Mario doing it. It's running back by committee. We haven't seen no real featured back that stays in first, second, and third down. We see one play just like Leonard Taylor last year. He make a play, he jog to the sideline. We haven't seen nobody stay in there and eat running back. So
okay, so with that being said. So with that being said, okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm trying to think. If it is running back by again, I'm trying to dissect this a little bit. And I think it's a new toy syndrome, right? It's like, and I'm not saying this about the fan base, and maybe I am. It's like we want to see the new toy, but is it worth getting rid of old reliable? And I'm gonna say this
We
to
can't see a new toy every year, Coach. We
huh?
got to stop that.
I know, but hear
We got
me
to
out.
stop that new toy stuff.
Right, but
Because now they talking about JoJo. We ain't even seen Ray Ray on the field yet, Coach.
right. And so I want to say this. Follow me on this a little bit. I'm coming to you right there, 11:05. Give me a second. The new toy syndrome. Here's the problem. You got an old reliable in Henry Parrish. And yet, I understand the new toys. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I'm going to give you a quote. I believe it was a Bobby Knight quote. You know Bobby Knight, the basketball coach. Bobby Knight said that he would rather have a player, and I may get the numbers wrong, but y'all just follow me. Bobby Knight said he would rather have a player that would give him 10 points every night than somebody that's 25 points, 3 points, 15 points, 30 points, 6 points. He said, because consistency let me know where I stand, basically. I know at the start of this game, I'm already up 10 points because I know this gentleman's going to give me 10. And I think that's what Henry Parrish was. Is Henry Parrish a premier back in the NFL? Probably not. But in college football, he did what he was supposed to do. He did his job. And
Coach, if you would have gave this man 25, 30 carries, I think he would have been everything that the Canes fans want to see with stats and stuff. I think he could do it.
I believe that.
I think they just didn't give him an opportunity.
I believe that. But no, he's had opportunity. I mean, the dude was the leading rusher the past 2 years. Am I wrong about saying that? So he's had his opportunity.
Nah, you're not wrong.
The problem is he's not as flashy. He's not going to outrun the safety. He's not a Frank Gore. He's not the Clinton Portis, the Willis McGahees that we're accustomed to as the 40-plus-year-old fan base, right? He's not the Duke Johnson and the Lamar Miller. He's not those guys. But Henry Parrish played extremely well for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, he was real good. That's what kind of confused me. Like, why not keep him here to coach up the younger guys, like, and be that, that big brother and put my arms around you and teach you the game, and you feel me? Like, 'cause he wasn't selfish. Like, you can see him on the sideline celebrate when the other people score touchdowns. Just like what's my guy that just went to Louisville? He after Martin Fletcher had that 100-yard game, he the one of the first ones running when after he scored a touchdown, jumping up, hitting him in the helmet. Man, these guys love each other. So I know the culture has changed. It's just rubbed me the wrong way to see him leave because I know he was productive. We got other people that we can be sending on their way that ain't did nothing. So,
correct. No, well, here's the problem. No, but I'll say this. Here's the problem. I'm with you. But here's where the problem lies. That ugly T word. That T word is the problem. And the T word is the transfer. So, and again, this is all speculation. I gotta put out the disclaimer, right? I gotta preface what I'm about to say. But the transfer, the threat of the Trevante Citizen, who's a Louisiana kid, transferring and getting out of here. He hasn't played in 2 years. So I know he's itching to get on the football field. Because you have to remember, you still got a Fletcher, you still got an A.J. Allen in front of you. Right?
Yeah.
So if you add a Henry Parrish in front of that, Trevante Citizen potentially, I'm just talking here so far as the hierarchy of the room, the depth chart. Trevante Citizen is now 4th on that chart. Chris Johnson Wheatley. Chris Johnson may be 5th. Chris Wheatley 6th. And then you still got a Jordan Lyle that's going to come in the summer. Now, Chris Wheatley, Jordan Lyle will be freshmen, so they may redshirt. They'll sit their time. But you got a Trevante Citizen who's now going to be in his 3rd year of college and hasn't played a regular season down yet, and that becomes a problem. So how do you keep everybody happy? That's the hard thing about the transfer portal and having a loaded roster or a loaded, particular, position room. How do you keep
Well,
everybody happy?
I thought they'd be happy because they you got Don Chaney left, so I felt like he just slide in and replace Don Chaney. But I'd be forgetting about Allen sometimes. So
Right.
I'd be like, damn, we are loaded back now.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll
Can't
see,
get
man.
folks.
We'll see. Well, man, I
Um,
appreciate. I got to get a
I
couple
got
of more people, but go ahead. You got one more thing?
I got one more question for you. You said we're gonna win 10 games. So
Hold on.
how many
Hold up.
yards?
Hold up. I didn't say we gonna win 10. I said we better
No,
win
I ain't
10.
saying you was gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You
the
know what I'm
reason I
saying?
say I
I
want to
ain't
be
taking that to 10.
the reason I say I want to be clear is because I want people to understand my expectation
Yeah.
is that we win 10. Now, Coach Hayes didn't say we gonna win 10. I didn't say my
Okay, so with
prediction
your
yet.
expectations
There you
being
go,
10
baby.
wins,
There you go, baby.
how many yards do Karen Ward have to pass for? How many TDs to interception ratio do we need? Like, will he have to have for us to get that? That's my last question.
Oh, I mean, I
What's
could
your
be.
expectation for Karen Ward?
Okay. That's easy.
Passing,
That's easy to
passing
try to
yard and
put some
passing
stats
TD.
to it, right? That's easy to put some stats to it because I get it, right? You can have, you can go out there and have a 2,900-yard passer and still win 10 games. I mean, 3,000,
No,
35.
this is money here though, coach. Like he came here for this money
No,
here,
no.
so
So that's not.
that's what
But
I'm
you say
saying. Like,
no. I agree. But you say how many do we have to get 10? Now you asking me what he needs for his money year. I mean, I could see him at least around 35 easy. I think we can get
okay,
3,500
that's what I
easy.
want.
I think we can get
How
30.
many touchdowns you can see him having this year?
He should at least be in the high 20s, if not 30s. He should be. He
How
should
many
be.
fumbles?
He should be in the high 20. He should be in the high. He should be in the high 20s, if not 30s, and fumbles too. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. Long as he had,
I appreciate you
he
taking
need to
my
have at
call.
least. I'll say 5, man. It can, maybe get hit backside or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah, as long as it's no more than 3, I think we gonna get that 10.
Man, I don't care what you do.
I
We
appreciate you
better
taking
have
my
10.
call, coach. I'm gonna let somebody else get on this thing.
Anytime, man. Hey, have the people in the chat say they sleep right now, man. They say you was tripping.
Hey, man, they ain't hit it, girl. No, I'm just playing. All
I
right.
just messing with you. I just messing with you. Appreciate it, man. All right, let me get to 11:05. Appreciate you, dog. 11:05. There you go. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Jamil out of DC.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What's good? Good. We ain't talking in a minute. I think you were spot on just now when you said the problem is that transfer portal. Because like all the positions that we got a lot of depth at, naturally there's going to be a lot of competition and people going to leave, especially when you can leave and don't got to sit out a year no more.
Right.
Like running back is one of those positions because you got, like you said, Mark Fletcher, he's going to play. Allen going to kind of had a role he had because he can kind of be like a power back slightly, but he got a little finesse. And then they're going to play Trevante Citizen. So, and then they wasn't going to bench Chris Johnson again when he was gone. You know what I mean? So he was going to leave. There's no way he was going to sit on the bench another year. So now they got to get him involved. So now that means Parrish, which he's probably trying to go to the NFL, this is like kind of that last shot. Where if he got a reduced role, that doesn't help him get there. So I feel like we got a couple positions that's like that. I think we like that too. A linebacker. It's a lot of we got a lot of linebackers. Whereas I think the smart thing they did was kind of put Bryant where he can play defense and end too, because that's a way to get him on the field. Like, so I think what they're gonna start trying to do, like they doing with Washington, where they got him trying quarterback and receiver, because they know these dudes can help the team, but it's so like some of these positions are so stacked,
right,
that they're just trying to figure out ways to get these players on the field so that dudes don't transfer.
And so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, if you don't mind, Jamil. And I know I talked to Street. He like, well, let them figure it out. They can figure it out.
Uh,
Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I phrase my question correctly. Do you think that is a current problem in college football today? Do you think it dilutes, how do I say it, team chemistry, I guess, where you feel like you're kind of forced to put kids in or play kids because you want to keep them happy, but yet are you truly putting the best product on the football field right now? Again, that doesn't mean that the players are bad, but they may not be better than who's in front of them. But I gotta put them on the football field because I gotta keep them happy.
Well, I don't think it comes from a place of trying to keep the people happy. I think, for instance, you might say Parrish has more experience than Chris Johnson, but Chris Johnson has a higher ceiling and he has more years to get to that ceiling. So I think it becomes like business decisions like that, not necessarily a happy thing where it's like, all right, we don't have Parrish this year. How much could that affect us compared to if we give up Chris Johnson and what he could be? It becomes those kind of decisions more so than, I'm trying to keep this kid happy. It's like, all right, the dude didn't play freshman year, and it could even be like some of the linebackers who didn't play freshman year. All right, they didn't play freshman year. All right, they're the future, right? So like, imagine if Cloud or Court, I don't know how to say his name, he stayed and the flag stayed. That means Popo not playing as much still. That means Pullum not playing. So now you risk the future. What if they say, man, I'm going to go play for you, Louisville or something I can play right now? You see what I'm saying? You done risk the future. So next year, when Kiko, Flag, and Cloud would have been gone, you would have had, who would have been your linebackers? So It's like that weird space of like, I got to kind of play for the now, but I got to prepare for the future in this kind of day and age. It ain't too many kids that's going to wait till their junior year. You get them sometime who will stay, but quarterback room going to be the same thing. Somebody going to have to leave. It just don't make sense. If you got, and I'm going to say this, because I think what happened, I'm not blaming Tyler Van Dyke for this. So what I'm saying is what threw our quarterback room into a loop is Tyler Van Dyke was truly supposed to be gone. If he was killed it how everybody thought he would have killed it, he would have been gone that first year with Mario. Right? That would have been his first year, he'd have been gone. JaCory Brown would have been able to, or in theory, should have been able to get his reps that year under Tyler, then the next year start. Now, we're in a situation where JaCory still ain't really played. Emory played, but ain't really played. So Cam Ward plays this year, right? Let's say, God willing, he doesn't get injured or anything. Cam Ward plays, he does his thing. Next year, you're in a situation where these guys aren't going to sit again, because that means JaCory Brown would have was set for 3 years. Emory Williams, technically at that point, for 2 years. Reese Poffenberg only got a year left. 2 of them quarterbacks are probably going to maybe leave, because then you got the kids that's coming in, the Judd Andersons. How long he supposed to sit?
Yeah,
How long is
you got Luke Nichols supposed to be coming in after that, yeah.
Yeah, how long are these dudes supposed to sit? So it's gonna, like, we in a day and age where luckily Mario can recruit the way he does, but like it's gonna probably be a good 3-4 years. Mario's gonna have to get a system of like kind of how like Bama had it a little bit, whereby dudes junior year, all they gotta do is really play 1 year and they go into the league. He's gonna have to create a system of players being so good that they leave after 3 years instead of 4 years. That's what we're gonna have to get to, or if not, we're gonna keep getting in these weird situations where we got rooms that's so stacked that, like, who do you play? Who leaves? Are you gonna give up the future? So we kind of in that weird space right now. So we just need to develop these players and hopefully get some 3-year guys eventually. Where like a Ruben Bain, 3 years, he gone. Like stuff like that. We need kind of more of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dog, you get it. Listen. If we get a bunch of freshmen starting doing what Ruben, like, again, right? And I say this and I say it again, we can't make the exception the rule. Ruben Bain is exception, right? You don't see that all over the place. You got some spots, and I'm talking about throughout college football. So I get where you're coming from. I think the problem, and maybe this the old school in me, that's why I'm a beard gray. But it's almost a guess too now, because if you push guys out the nest too early, who's to say See, here's okay. Let me go back. Let me clean this up. Warren Kane in the building, baby. I'm coming to you next. Let me just say this. You push somebody out the building that you know what they can do for somebody who you don't know, you don't really know what they can do. Let me clarify that right quick. You ever heard it saying the devil you know? No, but I'm saying you ever heard it, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know? You ever heard that saying?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. So just for example, I'm just saying, for example, this is a perfect example. We push Corey Flagg out the door. Y'all know I like Corey Flagg, but I know y'all gonna eat me up, but just follow the analogy. You push Corey Flagg out the door because you don't want to lose a Popo. But then Popo comes in and doesn't perform at the level. Again, back to my Bobby Knight story. I know what Corey Flagg's going to give me. I don't necessarily know what Popo's going to give me right now. And these are just examples, guys. I'm not talking about them in particular. I'm just using their names. But I don't know what I don't know what Popo's going to give me right now until he had a chance to play. But if I push one out the door for potential, and potential means you have not done it yet, could that potentially bite us in the behind?
Always, but that's the trade-off. That's in everything you do. If you go into corporate America, if you look at the NBA, all of these things, sometimes let's think about corporate America, or let's just think about the workforce in general.
Okay.
People are more inclined to go for potential. People get drafted in the NBA on potential. The best players who played in college, literally that year, who had the best year, if they like a junior senior, they don't go number 1 or number 2, top 5. It's usually the player with the potential because they have the more time to grow, and they might look and say, it don't always pan out this way. They might say, Popo has the ceiling to be much better than Corey Flagg could be. Even though you know this is what Corey Flagg is, that's why I say either we have to build it the way Saban built it, where if you remember, Saban, it's rare that freshman at Alabama played unless you was just 1-on-1. You didn't really play that much as a freshman.
Right.
Your sophomore year, when they would kind of play a little bit, there'd be a rotational player. By their junior year, they were All-Americans. So you don't play your freshman year, rotation sophomore year, and by your junior year, you was an All-American. Why? Because they had every guy that they had was Ruben Bain over and over. So they had Ruben Bain this year. They was bringing in Ruben Bain to learn from Ruben Bain. And then by his junior year, he's all world. And then they just brought another Ruben Bain in. So they just kept that cycle going. So I think that's what happened with Mario. When he first got here, the roster was decimated. Players going to leave. He got to bring in new players. So if you start to see some of the players he brought in with that first class, that transfer portal class and stuff, some of them players are leaving now because he's bringing in better players, because the goal was to always elevate the roster. So now he's bringing in even better guys. So that's kind of like the kind of the issue we in. And I think class of 24 that just came in, I think 24, maybe you could say 23, but I think 24 is the class where, like, all right, you're about to consistently probably bring in the same caliber of guys over and over and over, where your system can kind of develop. I think so. I think it's 24 is that class. I think 23 is kind of that class in large ways, but I think 24 is the class where, like, all right, you're getting JoJo. Then the next receiver that comes in is probably JoJo again. And then you bring in another JoJo, and then you keep that going. So I think 24.
So last question before I push on then. So and it's funny how this works. And I'm just creating conversation here. How is it JoJo comes in and we've now skipped over Ray and Bobby and Robbie Washington? Nobody's talking about Robbie.
I don't agree. No, I don't. So
I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just talking about fan base overall. How today in this spring, right? So last spring, Ray, Robbie. Now this spring, when it's supposed to be Ray, Robbie time to shine because they they sat and they learned and they got prepared and all of that stuff. And this is where the Robbie, Bobby, Robbie and JoJo supposed to now turn on and shine come this spring to see what they're going to do. We just skipped over them. When I say we, I'm speaking in general. We skip over them to talk about JoJo. And I'm not saying we should not talk about JoJo. I'm just saying how the conversation about those other two guys have lessened dramatically.
I think that's just the nature of the beast, to be honest. I think, like you said, people like what's the newest thing. Like it's flashy, it's new. Like everybody talk about Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. They got the what's the dude that came from Florida the year before? That was like number one receiver.
There you go. There you go. You talking about Enos, Brandon Enos.
Yeah, they not talking about him at Ohio State. They talking about Jeremiah Smith. So
Jeremiah Smith look like Voltron out there, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he do look crazy. Dude look like he a senior already. But
that boy like he was made. Hey, that boy made an EA 25, dog. They made him an EA 25.
Bro, bro. If we would have got him, if Cam Ward would have came right away, I think we would have got him. But everything happens for a reason. But I think JoJo. I think Ray gonna get his some playing time. Now, Robbie Washington, I don't know because they're not talking about him like that. The people that's going to the practices, they're not talking about him in that capacity. I seen him get some reps in the game last year. I liked him, like he played hard and stuff like that. I think we should try to get him on the field and try to, because we got a lot of speed on this team, so we should try to spread the field out a little bit. I love to see Chris Johnson, Ray, Joe, like people like that with top speed. I love to see them all on the same field because now you got a decision to make as a defensive coordinator. I mean, hopefully, I hope he's on the field though. Like, we'll see when the depth shots come out. It depends who. What receiver is Robbie Washington? What he X, Y? What is he?
Probably. A slot. I don't know. I don't know what they call it there. Some people call it an S or a Y. Y used to be the tight end, but now it's a slot.
Tough.
H.
That's gonna be tough because you got Restrepo.
Yeah.
Who gonna get big minutes? And then now the backup, the battle for the slot then would be Robbie Washington and Ray for the most part, if I got it correct. So them two gonna be, and shoot, they might even put Elijah Austin. I think that's a freshman. They saying they're gonna put him everywhere on the field. They mess around and threw him in the slot sometimes. So they really competing. But I think for them it's gonna open up when X. Hopefully they keep picking these gems from X, so that when he leave after this year, then it's really gonna be the Ray and Robbie Washington show.
Well, we're gonna find out, man. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, coach.
Much love to you, man. All right, Chimp says F equals slot. Yeah, everybody's got a little different. Some people use S for the slot. Big shout out here. Round of applause for Motivational Mike became a member. Also, not only has he become a member, he also a client up in here, man. Shout out for the $25 here. Come on, Mike. Motivational Mike, $25 on Cash App. Appreciate it. We got over 200 people in the building checking out Canes Talk Live, episode 189 in here, man. Appreciate you there, Motivational Mike, for becoming a member as well as donating on Cash App. I want to do this before I get to my next call because I know it was some lag. Apparently, it must have cleared up. I don't know what happened, but I want to give love to, I want to go down this list because we got quite a few things going in case it was lagging. Myrick to the U's been a member for 4 months. Myrick also dropped $20, says, thanks, Coach. Juice, the U baby, has been a member for 7 months. Shad, who's still sitting in the corner, talking about can a cat swim? Is he a catfish? He's been in there for 7 months. Fred became a new member. Susie Pink, talking about she getting her fantasy league ready. Well, you better get it ready, Susie Pink. Huh? Because I'm coming, boy. I ain't playing. We finna make it happen, Susie Pink. You're going to be Susie Blue by the time I finish. Susie Black and Blue. Put them up. Susie, you whooped me good in that fantasy, man. Golly. a juice again, ready to go $20. Can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. And then again, motivational Mike. I just want to put that up there because I know it was some lag, and I gotta always give people that respect and love for donating to the channel. All right. Last but not least. Well, I can't say last, but next but not least. Whatever that means. But next is my man right here. He has coined the phrase, the SEAL Team 6 of coaching. He gets giddy with excitement for the Miami Hurricanes. He won't stand for it or sit down for it. He is a real deal, Holyfield. My good friend, Warren Kane, in the building. Warren Kane, what's up with you, baby?
What's up, my friend? How you doing?
I'm good, man. What's up with you, man? It's been a minute. How you feeling?
It has been a minute. I'm good. I just had a lot of personal things in my life going on, and I saw your video pop up and said, I gotta call my buddy.
That's it, man. Are you giddy tonight? Are you giddy with Cam Ward? I don't think I've even talked to you since Cam Ward has gotten here, and anything else. So talk to me.
I am. Listen, you made a comment on one of your shows, I don't know, last month, 2 months ago. I don't remember when it was. And it was in passing. You were in agreement with it. Effectively, the statement was, at the end of the day, Mario is a 500 coach. Am I correct in that statement?
I mean, that's a factual statement. I said that. I probably did, but okay. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. And I'm not here to beat you up, but let me ask you a question. You know, there's a lot of statements that can be made, but when you look at it from a statistical standpoint, it's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Yes, it is true in and of itself, but when you break it down and look at certain criteria, all right, for example, Mario started at FIU, and they were 0-10, 0-12, whatever, or 1-11. He started there. Mm-hmm. What was their record when he left?
What was his record?
Yeah, well, what was the school? Yeah, well, I guess. Yeah, what was his record when he left? I mean, he was there, 3 years?
5, I believe. Hold on.
4 years? 5 years.
On. I can tell you right now. Hold on. It'll break it all down for you right here. No problem. All right. Mario Cristobal at FIU. He was there from 07 to 12. So he was there 6 years. He was there 6 years. When he was at FIU, he was 27-47. That makes him 36% wins.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. What was his record his last year?
I was there his last year, 3-9.
Was it really?
Yeah.
All right. And
so the highest he's ever won, so I'll just do it quickly. His first year, 1-11, 5-7, 3-9. The year he won their first bowl game, he was 6-6. They won the bowl game. That made him 7-6. The next year he went basically 8-4, and he lost that bowl game, so that made him 8-5. And then his last year was 3-9.
With the exception of that final year, it was trending upwards or in the right direction.
Okay.
All right. And then he went from there to Alabama, correct?
Yeah, as an assistant, correct. Okay. Well, he went to Miami for about a month and a half, 2 months, then Alabama, yes.
Right. I mean, it was kind of like Diaz up at Temple or whatever, wherever it was.
That's correct.
He was there for a weekend and came back home. So, and then he was gone. All right. And then when he went off to Oregon, how was his record when he started at Oregon versus when he finished?
I won't count the 2017 year because he only coached the one game, I think which was the bowl game. So enough. We'll start from 18. His 18 year was 9-4, won his bowl game. Okay. So he was 8-4, won his bowl game that made him 9-4. Year 2019, 12-2, won his bowl game. So therefore he was 11-2, which made him 12-2.
You don't have to worry about 2020 because I don't count that for any coach, good, bad, or otherwise, because that was such a jacked up year. It's,
okay, no problem. In 2021, he was 10-3. He was 10-3. So, he didn't do the bowl. He didn't do the bowl game, I don't think, because he left to come to Miami.
Right.
So 10-3. And
Right.
then he came to Miami. Mm-hmm.
All right, so he starts out, wherever he starts, and it generally tends in the right direction. And obviously, if you're starting at 8-14, you go to 10-3, it's harder to improve upon 8-4 than it is on 1-11. So, um,
Do me a
and
favor,
more
Warren.
wins
Can you
have-
speak up just a little bit? It sounds a little far away so the people can hear you.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I got you on Bluetooth on my earbuds.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right, so I guess my point is, given enough time, he's proven that he can build a solid team. Now, does that mean he's the greatest coach in the world? That is not what I'm saying, not at all. But he's built a solid program. So he's freaking out and worried about this, that, the other. I hear a lot of pundits talking about him in his off-field antics, and I agree with that. But the thing that I'm most excited, you asked if I was giddy. Yeah, I am, because look at the guy's track record, his resume. He knows how to build a solid program. And so, if they don't win 10 games this year, am I going to be disappointed? I don't know if disappointed, but I'll be.
You got to. I'm sorry, Warren. I don't know if they're going out. The Bluetooth is going out, or hold the mic up by your mouth.
Hang on one second. Just bear with me a second.
Got you, buddy. No problem. There's nobody else calling in, so while he's doing that, 862-799-9956, call in, build up the queue. Over 200 people in the building. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We here to rock out. I got my pastel purple cup. They say it's my Lexus cup.
Oh, thinking of that, can you either text me or email me your mailing address? I have something I want to send you. I have two things actually I want to send.
All right, man.
So
that sounds better. Whatever you did is awesome.
Yeah, I took it off my earbuds. So,
okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
But the general point of my statement was, yes, he's basically a 500 coach, but that's, he's built. Program was in better shape when he left, than when he started as a whole. Would you agree with that? At FIU and at Oregon?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think, okay. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll go with that. Mm-hmm.
All right. So is there any reason to doubt that he will do the same thing? I'm not saying he's going to win a national title this year, but he's trending in the right direction. He's done that, and he's proven he can do that. I think he's an excellent executive. I think he's a horrible on-field coach, but I think he's an excellent at football executive as far as building a program. I mean,
all right. So quick question. Quick question, Warren.
Yep.
Excellent executive. You said, did you use the word horrible on-field coach? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about horrible. He's not the best on-field coach I've ever seen.
No. Okay. All right. That's fair. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So then, with that being said, where would you rank him in his coaching ability then?
His coaching ability, I'm
1 to 10. 1 to 10, taking both of those factors in. Great executive, not so good on-field coaching, according to you. Where would you rank him 1 to 10, 10 being the best?
7.5, 8. He's a good coach. He's just, stupid decisions like that knee, those are going to live in infamy forever. That's hard to erase from your memory, so that's going to count huge against him. I'm sorry. So I love the guy. I want him to succeed because he's a Miami guy, and, he's clearly, I think he's building the program in the right direction, the right way, and like the Brashard Smith, man, I don't know what that guy had more on-field talent, but there was something keeping him off that field, and I guess he's gone now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, I mean, there was something going on. So, I mean, sometimes as an executive, you don't want to have to get rid of certain people because they produce excellently on one aspect, but there's a problem somewhere else, and he had to pull the plug. And so for that aspect, he's an executive, and sometimes executives have to do the tough thing, like Bobby Bowden, when they went down and played Oklahoma in the national championship game, Snoop Ennis or McGinnis or whatever that dude's name was, he went out and partied the night before, broke the rules. Bobby Bowden pulled him. That may very well have cost them the game. I mean, Miami should have been in that game by all rights, but that's a whole different story for another show. Mm-hmm. But their number one wide receiver not being in the game was definitely a problem. Definitely a problem.
Okay, I can agree with that.
But Bobby Bowden had to make an executive decision. He did what his job is. He made an executive decision. So as far as that, I give Mario, I mean, I think he's an excellent executive, but, and I don't know all what's going on behind the scenes and this and that and the other. So I don't know all the ins and outs.
All right.
Private school, they don't have to everything else that the public schools do. So
they spending the money.
I must know.
I would say this, Warren, they spending the cash, bro. I'll say this: they are spending the cash. So let me say this. Let me ask you these questions since we don't have any other callers. We're gonna have a good time.
Sure.
Just two old friends hanging out, talking about Miami Hurricane football. Do you think I'm on par? Because I don't think we've spoken since I've come out with my 10-win minimum rant. Do you think I'm on par with that? Do you think I'm asking too much for a 10-win minimum?
No, I do not. I think you're asking too much. Can he deliver? That's yet to be seen. But is that expectation out of line? Not in the fucking slightest. No, he should. At this point, at this stage, with everything he's been able to, this is his third year. He's been able to flush out a lot of the bad players, and I don't want to call them bad because they're whatever. He's just the lesser
the wrong
productive
fits.
players.
How about that? The wrong fits.
The wrong fit. Yes, he's had his time. There is no reason why we shouldn't win 10. Now, let me ask you a question. Is that 10 regular season games or just 10 period?
10 regular season games.
I don't have a problem with that. I truly don't. I really don't. We have a fairly soft schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to say soft schedule. It's not the toughest schedule in the nation. They don't have to face the schedule that Florida does. Billy Napier may not have a job 6 weeks in. So, let's just be completely honest. He did that dude. If he's not fired after this year, that means Florida did well. That means they won 7 or 8 games. I don't see that happening. Let's just be completely honest.
Okay.
So,
all
and
right.
there were some rumblings this week about the guy that left and went to LSU or Ole Miss or something like that. He was talking shit about the coaches there. Didn't look good. And maybe it was just a disgruntled player, but the fact that it was said, I don't think I've ever heard another a transfer talk shit about his previous school like he did. And it wasn't that he was talking shit. He
was just saying about the coaching. Yeah, I saw that. He was talking about the kind of coaching
right.
he was receiving.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, is that out of line? Is your expectation out of line for 10 wins? No, not at all. I completely wholeheartedly agree with you. I don't want to see 9 just simply based on the fact that, that's a step in the right direction. But damn, man, with all the money we're spending, all the money you're getting paid, all the assistance, everything you got, 10 wins is not out of control or not out of line. It should happen. Whatever you got to do. They're paying a guy $80 million or whatever it is they're paying him. Hey, you got one job, dude. Do it. Win the fucking games.
Yeah, man.
Don't take a knee if you don't. Kick it in, do whatever the hell you got to do, change your mindset, adapt. Nick Saban proved that, hey, when the game changes, you got to change with it.
Yeah, adapt or die. That's life though, right? That's life.
That is correct.
That's
so,
right. We are here today we are here today because as times change from thousands of years ago, the things that we can endure today, those people had to adapt and evolve through in order for us to survive today. So that's just a life thing. In all aspects of life, you must adapt or you will die. It's just what it is, right?
And I understand there are certain traits that, every person should have to help them through that process. And he's an offensive lineman. And I guess that, I don't know, I've never played offensive line, so I don't know what it entails.
Mm-hmm.
But, his ability to flex on things is, I'm not overly impressed with because he seems stubborn on certain things, and hopefully he will learn. And
here's my question. Here's my question to you.
Yep.
He has been a head coach now for 13 years. He's been a head coach. He's been coaching for, probably over 25 years. From Miami days to Rutgers to Alabama, non-head coaching spots.
Sure.
At what point do we stop saying he will learn? When you have done something for 25 years, not 2 years, not 3. Think about what I just told y'all. When most people have done something for 25 years and they don't know better, and we're not talking about coaching a brand new sport. We're not talking about, he got caught in a rule change, like this whole kickoff thing that they're going to start talking about doing. And you understand what I'm saying? It's like, it slipped my mind.
I hear you completely. This is why I said a few minutes ago that damn taking a knee is going to live in infamy on his resume. It don't matter how many national championships that guy wins. He's always he will. They're going to throw that knee in there at some point in the conversation.
Right, because
Taking a knee.
and the reason I bring that up, Warren, is
so
because people
monumentally stupid.
Yeah, but the reason I bring it up is because people always, like, when I hear this, and I guess the right word is the excuse people make is he's going to learn. After 25 years, this is 25 years of
hope he does.
But hear me out. This is 25 years of coaching plus his playing days. He might be well at 30 at this point. People retire from their jobs at 30 years. So my question is not that he doesn't know, and again, this is not a knock on him. I'm just saying, I'm trying to explain to the fan base, let's not use will he learn as an excuse. How about that's just what he chose to do? Now, I'm not talking to you. I hear this all the time. Oh, he's going to learn. This mug is 25 years in coaching minimum. I don't know when he started coaching, maybe 2000. Well, he was coaching as long as I've been coaching. He was at Miami. He was at Rutgers and so forth and so on. So like I say, for 25 years, we have to stop saying he's going to learn. How about he just don't want to do it?
And maybe that's the case. And I hope, maybe I'm hoping in vain that he will, because he's talking about it. What was his motto? He's constantly saying adapt and not adapt and overcome, but there was some mantra he constantly harps on, and I'm like, that applies to you too, Slick. It ain't just your players, it ain't just your assistants, coaches. It applies to you too. And I forget what the mantra is, but he was saying it all the time. And somebody on the chat could probably tell me. I don't know. But he says it seemingly in every interview. Or certainly during the season he does.
Mm-hmm.
Heard him say it 1,000 times. For the life of me, I can't think of what it is right now, but it's one of those things that it doesn't just apply to everybody underneath him, it applies to him as well. And so I hope that he will, and I hope, what the public backlash from all the, from all of this will make him take just a minute to, okay, maybe I need to try things differently or listen to an alternative voice. Because the clock management, I know probably less about football than anybody on this chat or on this video right now. And even I knew, take the damn knee, burn the clock out. If stupid ass me can do it, what is his excuse? I don't understand. So hopefully he will just listen to all the backlash about this and realize, put your pride away, put whatever it is away that prevented him from making the right decision, and just make the right damn decision. I hope. I don't know.
Oh, shout out to Ed Thompson. He says, how you do anything is how you do everything.
It's how you do everything. That is correct. That is,
yes.
And so that's,
thank you,
that's
Ed.
the thing. It applies
Thank
to
you, Ed.
Slick. That's right. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ed. Yeah. How you do anything is how you do everything. So how you did this, that taking a knee, that's how you do everything. Is that how, that's not a hell of an example to be teaching these kids, So
yeah. Shout out to Juice Kane Tony as well. He says, how you do anything is how you do everything. So thank you guys for throwing that out there.
Yes.
I don't know, bro. I understand the skepticism, but I'm standing on my 10 wins, and I don't want to say this every show, but I'm going to make my shirts 10 win minimum. Ooh, I like that. Hold up, minimum. The last UM is going to be UM. I like it. We're going to make a shirt today. 10
there you go.
Win minimum.
With the UM capitalized.
Yeah, baby. We're finna make those tonight. But anyway, I just simply say the reason I'm at this point is because as a fan base, I just feel like we have to have a level of expectations for our team. And as a fan base, I feel like year 3 is when the majority, not all, nothing's 100%, but death and taxes. But at year 3, with the quarterback we play, or the quarterback we have acquired in Cam Ward, the schedule that we have, looking at it at face value, and all of this other stuff, I just don't see why it's a hard feat.
I completely agree.
Even with
I
injury,
completely agree.
even with injury, because every team is going to have injury, unless our injury is to the quarterback. That may be my only excuse for not having 10 wins.
Right.
That's my only excuse for not having 10 wins. If I don't like to put their name on it, but if a certain player outside of the quarterback receives an injury, that's part of the game. That's why you recruit the way you recruit. So it is
Right.
what it is. All right. And that's just how I look at it, man. Let me see. I got 47-44 coming to you. Give me a few seconds. But you know.
All right, so let me ask you a question. You were talking about Cam Ward a second ago.
Mhm.
All right, what was his go-to player last year, or go-to players?
I don't know. I don't know them like that. Well, how about this? Let's pull it up. I'll do that really quickly. Washington State.
Because I heard somebody talking about his go-to players was the slot receivers, or and I'm thinking, well, shit, that gives us X. And
So here's what you have. Cam Ward threw for 3,700 yards last year. Nate Watson, golly, it was that bad? Was this a game? No, that's a player stat. Okay, that's a stats. Jesus. Bro, this was crazy. I didn't their leading rusher had 321 yards for the season. Holy smokes.
So he threw the ball every play, basically.
Pretty much. So 321 yards. I thought it may have been a game. His leading receiver was Kelly for 923 yards. All right. So his leading
receiver. Wide receiver, slot?
Yeah, they just got him as wide receiver. He had 61 catches. But here's the funny thing. L. Victor, who probably was the slot, I don't know, he had 89 catches for 860 yards. So his Jay Kelly was probably the X, and L. Victor was probably the slot. So Jay Kelly would be a Jacoby George, and L. Victor would probably be a Restrepo. I may be wrong in that, but I'm just looking at the numbers, what the numbers tell me. Yes. So Lincoln Victor was 5'9", 177. And he had 89 receptions last year, 860 yards, 5 touchdowns. It just says wide receiver. It don't necessarily say if he was a slot or not. But then Jay Kelly, I guarantee he's about a 6-footer. Let's see what Jay Kelly is. I don't even know his real name. Jay Kelly, there you go. Josh Kelly was 6'1", 192. He had 61 yards, 61 catches, 923 yards, 15-yard average. And the other young man, come on, man.
He had 89 catches for 900 yards. That's 10 yards a catch.
Yeah, it was just short of 9. It was like 890 or something. So the other young man,
that's effectively 10 yards a catch. Yeah.
Yeah, the other young man had Lincoln Victor had 89 catches, 860 for 9.7 yards a catch. So those numbers tell me what position they played in. And so that's just how I look at it more. But yeah, man, let me push on and get some of these other guys. Man, don't be a stranger. We always here, man. I know you had some things going on, but hey, man, I totally understand.
It's good to hear your voice. Hey, listen, on a side note, I'll make this quick.
Sure.
I think Lexus is probably my favorite caller to your show because she's got the sweetest giggle and laugh. And I'm probably going to get banned from the show for saying this, but if you don't close that deal, my friend, something's wrong with you. That is just, oh my gosh.
Boy, if you get caught up over giggle and laugh, boy, you in for a world of hurt, my man.
Oh, I know.
I know.
No,
yeah,
she's a real sweet lady. I love listening to her. She's just a sweet person. She really is. I love to hear her calls because she just sounds like a very happy, bubbly person. something I would just like to know in my personal life that, as opposed to on a call-in show, because I'm sure she's like that with everybody. So, anyway,
yeah.
I'll get off here.
Yeah.
All right, man. You have a great evening. I'll talk to you again soon, buddy.
Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, later.
That boy Warren out there ready to take penitentiary chances with old Lexus. He told Coach to close the deal, seal the deal. No. Oh, Lexus might be mad at me right now. All right, here we go. 4744 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach?
What's going on?
It's Red. I'm calling from Tampa. What's good, baby?
Red from Tampa, man. What's up with you, brother? How are you, man?
I'm doing well, man.
That's good, man. So what's your thoughts, man?
I'm just listening and to what you guys were saying. And Mario is one of them guys that seems like he just can't get out his own way. You know, sometimes when you're coaching, you just have to step back, and let the guys that you hire do what they do. And Mario strikes me as one of those guys who wants to have his hands on everything all the time. And I think that kind of it kind of backfires on him.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that, but just watching him, he seems like a guy that he can't. The offense is kind of like, man, let the coordinator do what the coordinator does. You know what I mean? Like.
So that's interesting. So that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. And I think the narrative is that Mario Cristobal has his hand in the offensive coordinator's pie, if that makes sense, right? He won't let the chef cook in the kitchen, if that makes sense.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, because I don't really know. How do you think that narrative came about?
I kind of think it came about just his because the offense kind of always kind of looks the same, or it kind of has the same results no matter where he's at. Even with what's my boy that played for the Chargers now. When he had him, it was kind of like he was underused. It's kind of like you really didn't get all the talent out of him, Herbert, that you should have. Kind of where he goes, offenses kind of struggle. They don't get the maximum out of what they have, and we've seen that here. We have way too much talent. Even last year that just don't get used. You know what I mean? And I think it's more of a philosophy than it is the offensive coordinator. I know it's his first year. Not installing his offense totally, but you coach and everything, and these guys made good money for you to come up with a game plan and get the most out of you can out of every guy that you have on that roster. So like we say, Rashard Smith, the lack of use of the tight ends, even Horton, just putting packages together to get certain guys on the field with certain guys. You just don't see that out of his from him.
Okay. The reason I ask, because I hear people say that. And when people say that, I say to myself, I look at the games. And when I watch the games, my eyes are a little bit different, even though they big like a bug, but they are a little bit different. They look at different things than maybe most people. And maybe that's just through my experiences. But I said that because I don't really see him interacting with Shannon Dawson much. I don't see him on the heads. You very rarely see him talking through the microphone much. So that's why I was asking, where does this narrative, since you brought it up, I just asked you. I know a lot of people have said this, but I try to figure out where does that kind of come from. Because even when I worked with him and was on the sideline with him, I did not see him. And I'm not saying this as a bad thing. What I'm saying is, I think he does let his coaches coach. I think that sometimes he doesn't make the executive decision that he should have. And I'm gonna go to why I say that. When you watch the games or you have some time or you're cleaning up the house or whatever, doing something, you could have a TV on, just throw on one of the Miami Hurricane games, like where they had a full game, and just watch it and look for those type of things. The subtle things tell big stories. And I don't see where he's interacting now at timeouts and stuff. You see him standing there, but he's not doing the talking. The coordinators are doing the talking, the play callers, whoever that may be. He's motivating. And he did the same thing at FIU. I remember seeing Tim Cramsey, who's the OC. He's the one. Well, that's not true. Tim Cramsey was upstairs. He used to call down. I forgot who it was he was talking to. Maybe it was Frank Ponce. Frank Ponce would be talking to the OC, the team, the offense. On defense, Todd Orlando would be talking. He would be there listening, motivating. All right, guys, let's go. Doing head coach stuff. So I say all that to say, when we get to the knee, the old infamous knee, he will wear that as the head coach. He will wear not taking the knee. But when I look at the video, if you watch the video, Shannon Dawson is in front of him. He's calling out. It looks like he's calling out to Tyler Van Dyke. Like he's, speaking of Tyler Van Dyke. It's almost feel like the JFK who's on the grassy knoll. And Mario Cristobal is standing behind him. I think where my problem was that that's where he should have intervened. And said, "You running what? Man, take a dang on knee and let's get out this game." And so sometimes I think, I may be wrong in saying this, but sometimes I don't think Mario Cristobal inserts himself enough as the head coach. Because I remember I had an assistant coach say this to me. He said, "Coach, you let me know how you want to do it, because remember, it's your name that's on the marquee." And when he said that to me, man, a light bulb went off. But I did used to always have, my staff meeting. I say, "Listen, guy, tell the coaches, listen, we flying this plane here. But if this plane crashes, it will not be at the hand of anybody else. It'll be at my hand. I will take this plane down. I will not allow anybody else to take it down, because you guys didn't do the work I did in order to get here in this seat. You're working on getting yourself to that seat, and that's fine. I'll definitely help you get there. But I would never say, oh, well, coach, hey, this program was terrible because the OC did it. Hell no. Not me. If they're going to get rid of me, it's because of me. I ain't going down because of somebody else." So I say that to say, I believe in my heart of hearts that he should interject even more than he does. I'm not saying always, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about situational stuff.
Right. No. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Timeouts.
I know what you're saying. But there also, but there may also be, like, again, it's just a philosophy. When you hire someone, or when you're sitting down and you're doing interviews, you as the head coach, you know what you want. You know what you're looking for. And you're sitting down and saying, "Hey, I want to run this type of offense, X, Y, and Z." So therefore, I may not go in there, like you said, on game day and just be in your hip pocket. But sitting down, bringing you in, you know this is the kind of offense I want to run. You want to know, you know, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
You know, can you do this? Can you not do this?
Okay.
And like I say, it just strikes me that it seems to be his philosophy, just not, you know, him, like I say, in the guy's hip pocket, you know, hey, call this, run this. No. This is my philosophy. This is how I want it to do. I want to run first offense.
And that's
I
fair.
don't care how you dress it up. Right. You know, how you dress it up, how you spread it out, whatever. I want to get downhill, be a physical offense first, and then we can go from that standpoint.
Okay, now that's fair. That's fair. Now here's what I will say. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I don't have a problem with that. You know why I don't have a problem with that for him? Because we've seen everything win and we've seen everything lose. We literally just saw Michigan win the Natty with that same philosophy. Over,
right.
hold on. But we saw Michigan win that same philosophy over a high-powered, throw the ball around the yard offense in Washington.
Right.
So I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. If that's what he chooses, I'm really not mad. I'm not mad if that's your philosophy, because you are the head coach. You have that right to choose the style of football team in which you want. That's not I don't have an issue with that. I'm cool with that. Like you say, somebody, Georgia too. Georgia was like that. Georgia was run heavy. They weren't throwing the ball all across the yard. You know, they throw it, but not like, you know, they're not spread out all over the place all over the time. Now, they had good athletes, but they had elite athletes too. But I'm saying that to say, yeah, you're going to hire people that wants to run your vision. That's why you are the head coach. Because here's the deal.
Right.
If we didn't want that, then we should. If we didn't want this style of offense and this style of coach, then we should not have hired this kind of guy. That's just being honest. I'm just saying it, being honest. If we didn't want,
no. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but we also have to look at, like you said, even in that, you know, with Michigan, it's kind of like it's almost regional. It's like, okay, did Washington lose that game because the offense failed, or did Michigan or did Washington lose that game because the defense couldn't stand up under what Michigan was doing? You know, being in Michigan and being in Miami is two different things. Where we basically get all our kids from. Miami has always been good when they can throw the ball around the yard. Whenever we can spread you out and we can chunk it down the field and use our speed, we've always been good. Always. I don't care who's been the coach, because regionally, the type of kids that we get are pretty much athletes. When you're talking about Michigan, those boys are born, bred, to line it up, let's get at it. Like, I don't like Florida offensive linemen, South Florida offensive linemen. You're never going to make me, believe that. You know, you can get one here or there, but when you want to get that style of offense, you got to get into Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia.
So hear me out. I agree. I can agree with that 15 years ago. Recruiting is national now. See, I agree with you. Remember, Big Ten was smash mouth football, blah, blah, blah. Ohio State was the only one kind of off kilter when it came to Big Ten, right? If you look at the Miami and Ohio State game, we were basically playing the same team. We were playing each other identically, right? But with the way football is today and recruiting is today, there are kids all over the place. Yeah, of course it does. You have a lot of kids in the area, but we're watching kids go from Florida to USC. It's not just Keyshawn Johnson going from Tampa to USC. It is USC might have 10 dudes from Florida on their team, 5 dudes from Georgia on their team, 7 dudes from Texas on their team. You know, Texas used to just recruit Texas and Oklahoma. For the most part, a little bit of Louisiana here and there. LSU used to recruit, they would get all Louisiana because they're the only school in the state for the most part and in the surrounding state. Now, you see the running back from Texas is from Orlando. The offensive tackle they got came from Orlando. You got kids from all over. So I hear where you're coming from. I hear you, and I understand where you're coming from, and I get it. That's interesting. That's interesting. But I just hope that makes sense.
It makes sense. But like I say, I'm going to still hold true to that because I feel like, what you're saying is right to a point. Because let's say when Texas comes into Florida, okay, let's just say Alabama. Whenever Nick Saban came into South Florida, he came to get the best wide receiver. Because he knew if I can get the best wide receiver out of the state of Florida, I pretty much have the best wide receiver in the country.
Agreed.
There's certain players you get out of certain regions. I want my quarterback from California. I want him from Pennsylvania. I want him from Texas. Because historically, they breed good quarterbacks.
Agreed.
Wide receivers I want out of South Florida. One of the skill guys, give me South Florida skill guys all day, every day. I'm not taking a defensive tackle from South Florida. Not going to do it. Now, I don't care if he's a 5-star because historically it proves not to pan out. So I still think it's kind of reasonable for the style that I think Mario likes. I think he would do well out of Oklahoma, out of Texas, in those areas because he is a first guy. But I think to have whenever Chubb was here, Chubb was the best example that I could give you of what Miami is. And that's, I'm going to make you cover the fullback, the tight end. Every guy I got on this roster is going to be accounted for. And I don't see in his offense, or even guys that he hires, I don't see where we get the maximum out of the guys that we have on the roster. And I haven't seen it with him. I haven't seen it with a lot of guys actually that we've hired. But that's just me. I think we always say we don't have this amount of talent. We don't have this much. But these are the same guys that every other school is recruiting. So I get tired of hearing the notion that we don't have.
Oh, we got talent. I don't care what nobody says. No, we have. Yeah, we have talent. Yeah. We have talent, brother.
It's like every year you're either top 3 in the ACC in recruiting, or you're number 1. You know what I mean? I mean, we've always top 15 at the worst. At the worst.
I mean, can I say this? Even when Cristobal got here, we had talent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I never believed in that, we don't have talent. Now, maybe a little thin here and there. But overall, I've always said this. I go put Miami Hurricanes on a school bus and take them to trash and take any one of these ACC teams and put them on a school bus and then let them just go out there and play a pickup game. Like, you know what I mean? Old Sandlot game. We'll whip they behind. But, yeah, definitely, man. But I got another call in 3949. Give me 1 second. I'm coming to you. Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah. Go ahead. I just want to let them know I'm coming. 3949. I'm coming. Go ahead, man. You got any more questions?
No, Coach. Like I say, I'm with you. Like I say, I haven't, and like I said, even with Al Golden was here, I thought Al was like the closest we had to being a good football team. He just couldn't, let his buddy go. But like I say, I don't ever think it's been a talent thing. I don't think it's a talent thing now. I just think we at a point where we don't maximize the talent that we have, and I think that kind of goes back to the culture of kind of coaching. I think guys just have a system and they run their system, and either you fit into their system or you don't fit into their system, and you don't see old guys no more, probably from our day, where he got the whiteboard out, he saw something upstairs, somebody called out there, and guess what? Hell, we gonna just draw it up right here, and we gonna run it right here because it's here. You don't see those guys anymore.
Gotcha.
So, it's a few things, but I appreciate you, Coach. Go ahead,
Anytime,
get the other callers, brother. I
Anytime,
appreciate
man. Anytime, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling.
it. Yes, sir. Be
All
good.
right. Yes, sir. You too. All right, man. All the way from Tampa up in there, man. I can't tell you last time I've been to Tampa, man. I'm right down. Well, no, that's not true. I went and saw Kevin Hart in Tampa. So, all right. 3949 in the building. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? It's Sid, man, from Los Angeles.
Sid, what's up, man? You hit me up on Instagram a couple times, no?
Man, I did. IG and LinkedIn, man. I appreciate the show, man. You got a hell of a show, man.
Thank you, man.
I love it. I love it.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
About 2 months ago, man, and I've been hooked ever since.
Oh, you just found it, man. All right, appreciate it, man. Well, guess what? We coming up on our 4th anniversary. April 4th will be the 4th anniversary of the show. We started in 2020, so we right around the corner from there, man. So maybe we can go ahead and do some things here special, man. But no, I appreciate it, man. How you doing?
Okay. Man, I'm good. I think I'm a huge Texas fan, and all I heard from these Miami fans are excuses. You guys have the most talent down there to anybody other than the state of Texas.
Okay.
And all I'm hearing is excuses after excuses after excuses. All I'm saying is get it done. You guys are the University of Miami.
There you go.
No excuses for you guys to have a season that is 75-8-4. That is no excuse. You guys have the best talent outside of the state of Texas. And I'm disappointed in the player development because you guys should have no less than 5 to 7 first rounders every single year. The talent out of South Florida, you can't beat it nowhere in the United States outside of Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can't beat it. But South Miami, you guys need to be killing it. It makes no sense. Mario Cristobal should be on the clock right now. This is his 3rd year.
Going into his 3rd,
just like Sark at Texas. Sark at Texas is going on his 4th year. 5-7, 8-4, 12-2. You guys should
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
You guys
hold on. Can I say this? I'm sorry, Sid. Read those read those records off again.
5-7, 8-4, 12-2. It should be progress. If Sark can do it in the state of Texas, Cristobal, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Cristobal, and I'm not hyping him, but I think he's a better recruiter than Sark. The only reason Sark can get his talent in Texas, I'm gonna tell you something. It's all about the money. When you recruit in the state of Texas, when you recruit Dallas-Fort Worth area, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, that's all you need. And once Sark put these dispensaries around the state of Texas, because I'm originally from Dallas.
Okay.
From Dallas. I had a couple of my friends play for the University of Texas. Daryl Jones came out of 97 from Dallas Carter, played on the championship team for Miami. Jake Armstead came out of Dallas Carter back in the 90s.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's no excuses. Miami is a pristine school.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is excuses from East College. No, man, y'all need to win. And everybody know Alabama. It's University. It's the U. It's the U.
Talk to him, Sid. Talk to him. And you ain't even a Miami fan. This is the kind of fans we need right here. You ain't even a Miami fan, dog. See what I'm saying?
I have a great adoration for the University. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Miami is Miami. From Jimmy Johnson to Dennis Eggerson to you guys.
Bush Davis, yeah.
All you guys, Bush Davis, everybody. I even like Manny Diaz. But then this is just the player development. It is the player development. If you guys don't have a strong player development, it's gonna be the same old cycle down there in Miami, and everybody's gonna be frustrated. And now with this UIL, I hate to say it, when Texas get to the SEC, I'll put the SEC on those. It's big money. The oil rigs in Texas, they already chiming in like shit. Because it's like, hey, with this oil rig money, they forget that every best player in all 50 states if they want it. Texas can get anybody. They can pay anybody any amount of money to come play for the state of Texas.
That's right.
For the University of Texas. Miami has to lock that state down. It should ain't no University of Florida, ain't no Florida State, it's the U. Everybody comes to Miami for the U.
That's right.
There should be no other school in the state of Florida but the U.
That's right.
And
Keep
I'm
talking. Keep talking.
I'm sick and tired of hearing these Miami fans complaining. No, man, you guys are the U. You understand the lineage you guys
Talk your ish, cuz. Talk your ish.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Mike Irvin, Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Number 6,
Ray Lewis.
linebacker.
I got you. Ray Lewis. Yeah.
Come on, bro. This
Yeah.
is like there's no reason that anybody from the state of Florida, South Florida, should be leaving that area. Nobody. If he's if he's the best quarterback in South Florida, he is staying in Miami. Ain't nobody getting out of the state. Ain't nobody getting out of the city limits of Miami.
Talk your
Nobody.
ish, cuz. Talk your ish.
Cristobal needs to put a fence around Miami. If you come in Miami, ain't no recruits getting out of Miami. Everybody's staying in Miami. This is my squad. This is my city. We should have run college football like it's supposed to be.
I put on for my city. I put on for my city.
Man. It's the 305. What is going on down there? It is the 305. They can't come on, bro.
Born and raised in the county of Dade. Yeah.
Coach, it makes no sense. And I love the show, man. I just want these callers to understand, man. You guys have forget Alabama. Alabama should go back to being Alabama without Nick Saban. If you look at the era too, when Nick Saban, how long was there? 17 years before Nick Saban got there, Alabama was nothing.
There you go.
Alabama should go back to being the same Alabama. Ain't nothing.
There you go.
Nothing. Miami is Miami. Get it done. That's all I'm saying. Get it done.
That's what I'm talking about.
All this excuses. Get it done. It's about the player development. Got to hit these right rooms and get it done. Get it done on the field.
Nassau, what's up, baby? Yeah. Keep talking. And you ain't even a Miami fan. Talk your ish, man.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I love Miami back in the 90s, 2000s. I love it from afar, but I'm a huge UT. I went to UT.
Okay.
So all my friends played college football at UT, Oklahoma. I'm really from Dallas.
Right.
But it's you guys have the best talent. There's nobody. You guys have the best talent. If Cristobal needs to do down there and put a fence around the city of Miami, it's a wrap. Game over. All of it. There's no way Nick Saban should be coming down from Alabama to Miami getting the best players. There's no way.
We shouldn't even let his plane land at Opelika. We shouldn't even let his plane land. Bro. Guess what? We should have hit him like a ditty, dog. We should have told him, you land that plane here, but you might not take off no more. Huh?
You might not take off no more. Huh?
Matter of fact, we got dispatch. Hey, all units be advised, Nick Saban just landed this raggedy plane here with an A on the back. You got to get up out of here, yo.
Mm-hmm. You got to get up out of here. You got to get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is, where's the pride in the city, like to where, hey, man, we ain't going nobody else but the U. The U is the U. It's the shield of college football.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's the shield of college football. The pride has to come from the players from the city. Hey, the U is the U. Ain't nobody gonna stop us.
Think about it. We're the only one that got a logo. The U. Think about that. It don't even make no sense. It's supposed to be the M. It's a U, and everybody respect it. Every school out there named the university or something. We got the U, baby.
And guess what? Everybody's waiting for the U to get back to the U to dominate college football and talking trash, having the swagger on the field. Hey, we're gonna beat you by 40 on the field, and you're gonna shut your mouth. We're gonna dominate all 4 quarters. That's what they need to do. Dominate all 4 quarters, shut your mouth. We're gonna bust you in your mouth. Period. I don't want to hear no excuse after you no more. Bust these guys in their mouth.
In their mouth. Not the mouth.
Hold on. Dabo Swinney, he's trash, man. He's a trash coach.
Glad bags.
Let this guy run the ACC. Oh, come on, bro. It pisses me off so bad because the U should be running the ACC all up and down.
That's right.
Dude, you should be strong with Duke. Come on, bro. Really?
Duke. Well, now you talking my language. You talking Coach Hayes. That's my language. Nobody talking about no Duke. Bro, I'm telling you, we lose to Duke, I'm going to lose my mind. Matter of fact, I might get banned. From talking about the Miami Hurricane. Like, the Miami Hurricane, the university may call YouTube and be like, if you allow this guy to speak our name, we're going to hit you, meaning YouTube, with a slander and defamation lawsuit because I am on YouTube representing YouTube talking about them. if we lose to Duke. Duke, dog. The only Duke I want to hear in Miami is Duke Johnson. That's it.
That is it. That's it. And I'm saying, yeah, even Clemson. Clemson is overrated, bro. Clemson. How you gonna lose to Clemson? Clemson should be not. Clemson shouldn't even come closer to you without telling you guys down there.
I don't even remember hearing about no Clemson in the 90s.
Come on, man. It makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Zero sense. But Coach, that's all I got for you, man. I love the show, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Listening, I'm listening to everybody else jump in, man. But hey, keep doing a good job.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks, man. All right, man. I'm a man said on here, man. Hey, he know what time it is, man. Talking about the 90s. Look at this. I'm looking at Clemson record from the 90s. Let's go 1990 up. 10-2, 9-2, 5-6, 9-3, 5-6, 8-4, 7-5, 7-5, 3-8, 6-6, 9-3, 7-5, 7-6. No, I'm on 2000. 9-4, 6-5, 8-4, 8-5, 9-4, 7-6. And then Dabo Swinney bring his behind and start winning double-digit games. We had a problem then at that time. Nevin Shapiro got us. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. These are the kind of Kane fans I want. Everything he said was all expectations, though. Call a spade a spade. Huh? Just expectation. Hey, dog, we can't allow nobody. Now we be talking about, well, Manny did get that quarterback from Texas. Malik Murphy, he might throw that thing around the yard. What? Everybody that feel that way, take this. Get that crap out of here, man. This is what I'm talking about. This right here is what I'm talking about. Our fan base be, 8 wins will be progress. I mean, 9 is good. 9 wins is cool. Get that crap out of here, man. Sometimes you gotta just look at a dude. Well, what in the you talking about? That ish out of here, man. Nassau, how you doing, man? Been a minute, brother. All right, I don't have any more phone calls in here. I guess Coach O, wrap it up. Hey, anybody seen Cuban Kane? Huh? Anybody seen Cuban Kane? AKA Hollywood? AKA Beefaroni? Well, I gotta say his name 3 times. Anybody seen Cuban Kane? That's a 3 time. Then he might show up. There you go. I told you. Look at that. Ain't said nothing all night. Bingo. Call in, Cuban Kane. If you at work, tell your boss you got a boo-boo. If you at home, tell your wife, baby, I got to handle some business. If you walking the dog, tie his behind to the stop sign and pick up the phone. If you driving the car, pull over. If you're eating, swallow it and get the dialing. And if you sleep, wake up so I can put you back to sleep. I knew Cuban Kane was around here. He always lurking in the bushes. Always.
I want to battle. I want to battle. I said, hey, yo!
I want to battle. I said I want a battle. Taking notes. Taking notes. I want to know we're going to get this debate on. Huh? 10-win minimum. Cage match. Steel cage. This man say he writing a business plan. I'll take the trash out later. But guess what I'm writing? I'm writing your eulogy. I'm writing your eulogy. How about that? You keep writing that business plan. I'm just playing, man. How you been, brother? Hope you're good, man. Reggie, what's up with you? I owe you, man. I'm going to hit you right after this. Anyway, it's a little, E. Brown, there you go. I was waiting for him to come back. Well, I guess I'll finish this out with E. Brown tonight because there's nobody calling in, so I'll go ahead and lock this. This is going to be pretty interesting.
The conference has been locked.
The loquacious E. Brown going to talk your ear off. So if you got speakerphone, if you have earbuds or something, please put them in. Don't hold it up because you might get a hand cramp listening to this dude bloviate for the next probably 20 minutes. He's going to give you this verbal vomit that's about to come out of his mouth. The CU boys got you predict a record. You are scared of these Miami boys. I already told you 10-win minimum, dog. What are you talking about? Predict the record. Okay, 10-2. They're good. I predict the record, 10-2. That make you happy. 10-2. Told you. Let me write this down in your eulogy too. All right. Saved. Man, please. Y'all clap it up. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna clap it up. We're just gonna hit E. Brown one of these.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
E. Brown, yesterday's price is not today's price. I want to say this before you start talking and you give us your verbal judo of scrubdisms. Man, I miss talking to you, man. It's been a minute. I ain't talked to you in a while. And I'm happy you're here on the line, man. All right. Ready?
Well,
go.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Good morning. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. But listen, I just got back from the steak and ale. And
steak and ale?
Yeah. Yeah, the steak and ale. And
sizzler?
Had a little, no, I just had a little libation there at the steak and ale. You know, just libated with some lemonade and water. But listen,
steak and ale. They still got those, dog. Anyway, I'm listening. I'm sorry. This guy here, dog. Go ahead, Ebra.
But no, I wanted to call and just compliment you on your 10-win expectation for the team. I mean, I think you're selling yourself a little short. I think with me, my expectation, I think I said about a month or so ago, my expectation for the team is we're gonna win. We got to win a title somewhere, and the ceiling is for the national title. We're at that point now. But the only thing, you know, before you comment on that, but the only thing that's holding me back from feeling real comfortable about my prediction is the fact that the team is unknown to me. I don't know about the other fans, but it's unknown to me. I'm not familiar with because you know the University of Miami, the coaching staff, the public relations department, they've they've pretty much confined the progress of the team to just filtering out information to certain people, just give it to us, and then we have to try to gobble up on it and look at it. You know, all we're hearing about is somebody's catching a great pass in short pants, and somebody's throwing a great pass in short pants. Somebody looks good in the shoulder pass today. That's one thing we're hearing right now. So the team is unknown to us. I don't know what to expect from the team. I don't know what, you know. I don't know what to put out there. I don't know what narrative we can put out there. I don't know what narrative we can put out there. I know that you said earlier, you asked a question, you posed a question earlier. Well, who put the narrative out there about Mario being an overbearer with the offensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
And it was us. It was the media. It was us. We did that. I mean, because his head coaches or assistant coaches aren't saying it. He's not saying it. The players aren't saying it. It's us, and that's where we're at right now, because the team is unknown to us. It's unknown to me. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I have no idea how good this team can be, will be, or is supposed to be. None whatsoever.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted. I mean, you know, like I said, your expectation of 10 wins, I think you're selling yourself a little short. I think you should.
I said 10. Now listen to me. I said 10 win minimum. Minimum. I'm not saying that we're going to win 10. I just said 10 win minimum, because I think 10 wins for the University of Miami get you in the playoffs.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, reason I say that, I think it gets us in because I think we do have brand recognition and all that great stuff. Excuse me. And I believe wholeheartedly that they want to see us. Right? That's why Kirk Herbstreit said what he said. I know that the University of Miami, when University of Miami football is good, college football is great. You understand me? We bring a different dynamic. And if you think about it, let's just go back to the Manny days. Let's just go back to the Manny for 1 second. I'm just talking about how many times did we have prime time games until they just couldn't give them to us anymore because we just weren't winning them. But they kept, I think we had his last year, maybe 3, maybe 4. I'm talking about prime 8 o'clock kickoffs. Major networks.
Yep.
Major networks. So I say all that to say the reason I'm saying 10 win minimum, because the time is now. And I've said what I had to say about it. For some reason, Cuban Kane doesn't remember me keep saying 10. He said I don't give a record prediction. I said 10 win minimum. So if I have to say 10-2 to make him understand, then I'll say 10-2. But
I'm glad you expatiated on that.
What do you mean?
Because we really need. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, for what? The why? Because I said 10-2.
Well, you expatiated on why you gave the 10 win minimum. You gave us a good point of view of why you did that.
Okay.
And maybe you're not selling yourself short. Maybe you're taking the smart way out of it. Or saying at a minimum we should win 10, but you expected more. And that more could lead up to winning a title, some sort of a title. We need to win something.
I can agree with that.
We need to win something. And I think that's where we're at right now. But the most frustrating thing right now as a fan, for me as a fan, is the fact that this team is being treated like the key to the nuclear weapon system for the United States.
Okay.
We have absolutely no idea what to expect from this team, how this team is performing, just based on those little minions who are sending out signals saying, hey, They look good catching passes today. Hey, they look good blocking today. Hey, they look good. They look good with the coaches yelling at them today. Hey, I mean, those are the things that we have to go by right now. Unless you know something, then you hold it back.
No, I don't. But that's what. No, that I don't. But what I do say about that is, that's what the spring game is for, right? See, the problem is you don't want the cake to cook. You want to eat the batter to this is a good pound cake, but you just eating the batter. Let it cook, let it work. And in the spring game, that's why I tell people most times I don't really give a expectation about the season until I see a spring game, when I see all of the pieces. But now the way the transfer portal is, hell, you can see a spring game and 30-year damn players that was in the spring game may not be there in the summer. So that's even getting more jacked up now, but at least you used to be able to see a spring game and say, okay, we brought these guys in January. They've come here. They've been here a couple of months on campus. They got acclimated. They're involved in the program. I see them working. Then I can say, okay, after the spring game, I saw X, Y, and Z, and they need to work on A, B, and C. And by the time they get to the season, bingo. But now you can have a guy out there and go be the star of your damn spring game, and some other program be like, damn, I just lost my receiver for the season in my spring game, and I'm finna come get that joker, and now you lost that guy. So it's just, to me, it's a cluster love of hate, if you understand.
Well, I understand that, but the spring game itself is going to be incognito, so to speak. I mean, it's limited to who will be able to go there and see it.
That's a crime.
So, so that in itself tells me that, okay, what's the big secret? Are we trying to hide something, or are we just trying to keep this mighty secret weapon, a hidden secret from everybody?
But to me, that's the stupidest thing in the world. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying the reason that's stupid because you're showing it on TV. It's going to be on TV. So that's what I'm not understanding. It's going to be on TV. So if it's going to be on television, I would rather you not show it on TV. Here's what people don't understand. If they felt that strong about it, believe this or not, I would rather you open it up and don't show it on television. I hate to say that for my people that can't come. I'm just saying, if Mario Cristobal or whoever thought that, we want to hide Cam Ward for whatever reason, the brother been playing out there Washington State. He's the same guy, different uniform. But however, if I want to hide this, you don't put it on television. You let people come to it. So now the other, your Florida Gators, who we play first, they don't have video evidence of that. You don't have to share your spring game. But in order to get prepared for their very first game, they're going to look at the spring tape because that's really all they have to go off of. They're going off of maybe last year's film and the spring. So my thing is, I'd rather you open the stadium up, let everybody come in there for free, right? And then don't show it on the TV. Because if you show it on the TV, now you got a bird's eye view. Think about it. You got a bird's eye view of what's going on from the camera lens and the camera angles. You can stop it, rewind it, break it down, who's here. You have way more ammunition with the spring game being on television than you have it just being live and not televised. But anyway, I apologize. Go ahead.
But don't you think that the spring game will be a scripted program? I mean, they're not gonna. I mean, you're in the coaching field. I don't think they're gonna show you.
Yeah, but there are things you can get. You're right. You're 100% correct. But there are things you can pull from that. There are things. That's why I say, for me, and I hate to sound like I hate doing this, but when I look at it way differently than the average person does, right? So like E. Brown, whatever you do for a living, you look at whatever you do, you're going to look at it in a way different lens than the way I look at it. Right? So for the average fan, it's vanilla. But from that vanilla, coaches can extract certain things. Now, are you going to get everything? No. but you can extract certain things, even in a basic stuff. You can extract speed. You can extract who's their deep receiver, who's the underneath guy. Like there's certain things. Will you get everything? No. You can extract potential starting offensive linemen. You can look at offensive linemen, how they kick slide, how they set. Are they oversetters? Are they strong? Are they good on the double team and down block? And those are all basic plays. So there's a lot. There's a lot you can decipher out of that kind of stuff. Believe it or not.
And if it were me, because and the reason why I put that narrative out there is because he's taking it away from the open venue venue of allowing fans and maybe potential spies to come to the games in these open stadiums where it's regulated to the college campus. And if it were me, I wouldn't let Cam Ward play. I wouldn't let the starting offensive lineman play in that spring game. If it's televised, I wouldn't do any of that. I wouldn't do any of that.
Why? Who are you running from? Florida? Who are you running from? Florida? Because that's it.
That's my question. Why are we hiding? I mean, why are we hiding?
That's what I'm saying. After Florida, who do we play? FAMU, Ball State, and somebody else. So my thing is, for the other 11 games on our schedule, Miami's going to give Florida the best that we got, like Anita Baker. We're going to give them the best we got because we have to win that game in Mario's eyes, in everybody's eyes. So game one, as tough as game one, meaning so far as it's a Florida game, in-state rivalry, recruiting rights, and all that other stuff. What I'm saying to you is the only person that you could do all of that for is Florida. And if you as an $8 million a year coach and your coaching staff can't devise another plan because you gave up some basic formations and some routes, and you can't devise a plan in order to defeat Florida, then, sir, you should be indicted for robbery because you are stealing from the University of Miami. And whoever hired you should be indicted for fraud because they knew it was fraud when it happened. That's just all I got to say about it. It's a spring game, dog. Everybody else in the country got spring games going on. I'm talking about from the boo-boo school to the elite school. I'm not going to just say, Alabama. Vanderbilt got a spring game going on. Pittsburgh, West Virginia, all these schools got spring games going on. And they got it. Hell, if anybody need to be hiding some stuff, is Florida, the way they schedule start off.
Well, let's look at it. Let's look at this. The Miami Hurricanes and the Miami coaching staff. Mm-hmm. There's a lot on the line this year.
Okay,
can we agree with that? There's a lot on the line this year with the coaching staff at the University of Miami when it comes to the football team. Correct?
I agree with that.
About that.
I agree with that 1,000%. Yes, sir.
Okay. With that said, if you and I recognize that, they recognize it. So that's why I'm thinking, hey, that's why we were in the first 2 years there was a lot of information kept from us, but we did get to see more than what we're seeing now. So I don't think it's just the fact that they need to win against Florida. I think that there's something that this coaching staff has to prove to all of us. They have to prove to all of us that they can take a team where you've had multiple years of successful recruiting, multiple years of coaching cohesiveness. You got to show that to not only to the fan, but to yourselves, the fans, and everybody outside of the University of Miami. That you know what the heck you're doing. You know how the heck to coach a football team. And that was revealed last year with the failure to do the kneel down and some other things that take place. So we're trying to. That's why it's unknown. The team is an unknown. It's an unknown to me.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. We don't know what
we.
I can agree with that. We don't know what the chemistry looks like. We're not at the practices now. Maybe, Streeter and them boys who go to practice, they can tell you a little more. I don't know if they have limited access to certain portions of practice. I don't know. But what I will say is I'm okay with that until we get to the spring game. That's all I'm saying. I'm okay with not necessarily knowing right now. I'm okay with, I don't have to look at the oven to know that the food is baking. I don't have to look at the oven and turn the light on to see if the cake is rising. If it got yeast in it, it's gonna rise. So guess what? When I hear the bell go ding, I'm gonna open it and it better be ready to eat. That's all I'm saying.
Now KC, that's Cuban Kane, by the way. KC now. I'm gonna delve into something that's gonna touch him a little bit there. Well, maybe prompt him to call.
No Diddy here. We don't do no Diddies. No Diddies. Go ahead.
Listen, you're good at evaluating talent because you do those WREs, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, looking at the football team, you're looking at University of Miami football team. If you were to select 5 players on our team to do a WRE, take away Cam Ward, 5 players on the football team that you would do a WRE on.
Mm-hmm.
Who are those 5 players that we have on the University of Miami that you would do a WRE on that will after the spring game give another college coach or another team the impetus to go, hey, I'm going to go after that guy. Who are those 5 players on our team?
So basically you're saying, I'll make sure I understand you clearly. So you're basically saying who are the 5 guys that you think will pop off the screen well enough that will make let's say Georgia or Ohio State say we need to get that guy on our roster. Is that what you're asking me?
Correct.
That's a great question, though. I like that. I'm very rarely put in this corner, but I'm going to get up out this corner. I don't think there's no Jeremiah Smith right now that can be said that we have in essence, right? There's no Marvin Harrison on our team. There is no trying to think. There's no Bijan Robinson right now. I get where you're coming from. But as a collective, I think we're stronger. I think we're a better team together as a collective. Do we have one dynamic dude that just blows this away? Potentially. But again, I always say potential means we have not done it yet. We have not done it yet. But as I look at them today, collectively, you can't tell me we can't match teams in the AC. Bro, we're playing the ACC schedule outside of Florida. Outside of Florida, it's an ACC schedule and a MEAC schedule. Well, they were in the SWAC now and in Ball State. Because let me ask you this. Outside of Florida State or maybe LSU, you name one person on well, we don't even play Pittsburgh this year, but you name somebody on Duke's team that somebody want to come steal. You name somebody on any of these teams that somebody else would want to come steal. So I get where you're coming. That's why I'm not asking for natty stuff. I'm not. I'm asking for 10-win minimum. I'm asking for 10 wins because I think it's very feasible. Cal. Come on. Who are on Cal team? Jesus Christ. Georgia Tech. Syracuse. Wait, hold on. I'm finna. Who on Florida's team? Well, that's the SEC. I'm talking about outside of the conference. That's the only out of conference technically. Yeah, we play Cal, but just no. Cal is even in the ACC now. So Florida SEC team, FAMU. No disrespect to my HBCUs, all love. Ball State, South Florida, Virginia Tech, Cal, Louisville. Louisville may have one or two guys that's kind of like that. As a team, I think they're good collectively. Florida State. Who does Florida State have on their team that you may want to steal? They may have one or two guys. I don't know. I don't know their roster like that, but nobody pops off the thing for me. Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse. So as an ACC in the schedule we have, I think all of these teams are in the same boat. Collectively, they're teams. Is there one individual that's dynamic and are going to take this thing by storm? Potentially, but none that I can call off the top of my head.
Exactly.
Ruben Bain, good call. Ruben Bain would be the dude. Thank you, Anthony Mendez. Thank you. I knew y'all coming up. Ruben Bain would be a guy somebody would want to steal, but I don't think he's going anywhere. But okay.
Yes. Ruben Bain, Cam Ward, and our middle linebacker.
Kiko Maui.
Those are our three. Kiko. Those are the three prominent players on our team that I think other teams would want to come in here and snatch out if they had the opportunity to do so.
I don't see. Hold on, real quick, Ibrahim. A lot of people saying Restrepo. I don't think so because they haven't taken him yet. This would have been the perfect time to take Restrepo. I hate to say this. As much as I be on Restrepo and I love him, people are still not afraid of him, though. They're not afraid of Restrepo.
No, they're not. They're not afraid. They're not afraid of him. Just like they were not afraid of
I respect him.
The running back they lost.
Yeah, I respect him. Like if I was a D coordinator going against Miami, I'm going to respect Restrepo for what he does, but he doesn't scare me. When he lines up, I'm like, okay, he's the go-to guy. He's the hot hand. He's going to catch the ball, but I'm not scared that he's going to break our back for 80. That he's going to take his 60.
Okay. Great point. Great point. But wouldn't that be the same narrative for the kid who left, the running back that everybody, is upset that he left? The kid who left, the running back who left. Isn't that the same narrative that you would have for him as well? There are no defensive coordinators that would have prepared a game based on what's the kid's name? What's his name?
Henry Parrish. Henry Parrish.
There are no defensive coordinators that would scheme up a plan to stop Henry Parrish. Number one, the young man was, of course, he was our leading rusher. Okay. Mm-hmm. However, if he had no breakaway speed to take it a long distance, he couldn't help protect the quarterback from blitzes.
That's not fair. I think he did well. I think he did okay. I don't know if he did superb, but I think he did well. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, those are one of the reasons why he was taken out of the game on third down plays when we had long extended, long yardage to get, because he couldn't help protect the quarterback. He was too small. They would run over him. So they had to put the kid from Nebraska in there to help protect the quarterback. So I don't think it's a great loss, a big loss, because he transferred out. And then for the linebacker, the same. He's a special teams player. I've been saying that for a year now. He's a special teams player. He's not a linebacker that should be competing for a starting position, because he has been unable to do so on a bad football team. He has been unable to get a starting position on a bad football team.
Okay, hold on.
Why are we trying to put a round peg in a square hole?
So that's not. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying about Wesley Bassane. This is his year to be that. If he doesn't turn it on, I may have a tendency to agree with you. But this is his opportunity. This is his opportunity to turn it on. I don't know if he's ever had enough on-the-job training, like on task. It was Mawagoa was in front of him. You had Flag out there in front of him. Then it was always that. This is his opportunity to, like I said before, see me and him, his name in there. Real quick, I want to address Thomas Carter real quick. Thomas says, I would be crazy thinking nobody wants him. I'm not saying nobody. We're talking about what we consider the elite teams. They already have a Restrepo. Ohio State has a Restrepo. Correct. Georgia has a Restrepo. Correct. Hell, Clemson got two Restrepos. They have these guys already. So that's why I say they don't want it. They're looking for game changers. That's why USC went after Jordan Addison from Pittsburgh. That right there is a perfect example of getting your goodies taken. Pause. Pittsburgh had a receiver that light that thing up. USC said, "You coming with me."
Yeah.
Right? Think about it. Clemson gave up Frank Ladson.
Yes.
That's the difference. I'm not saying that another another ACC team or somebody, but we're talking about when you're talking about within the top 25 programs. Well, I can't say that. Let's say top 15, because top 15 programs, they're not looking for that kind of guy, unfortunately, much as I love him and he's a contributor and he can make an impact. But those top teams are looking for difference makers.
Yes. And that's why that's the difference between those teams and our team. I don't know if we're looking for difference makers or we're just looking for a bunch of guys who can come together and put a team together, because like you said earlier, the ACC is comprised of a bunch of similar teams that have a bunch of guys or together form a formidable opponent.
Right.
That's why I think that our expectation for this team should be winning a title or winning a national title. Because if we're on the same stage or the same line with talent and the same line with ability to win games as these other teams, we should come out on top, because we added that piece. We added that quarterback position. We added that quarterback that's
right.
supposed to take us over. So if that's the case, then University of Miami has the potential. They have the potential to win every game on their schedule. Every game on their schedule this year, to put them in elite status for this year, which will probably propel them to go ahead and get over the hump when it comes to getting back to that top tier, that difference making the NCAA football league.
Yeah,
that's why this is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why it's an unknown for me.
Yeah, I'll say
That's
this. Some people said about Kobe Young. The difference with Kobe Young is Kobe Young is 6'5". They were looking to replace another Brock Bowers. They're looking to replace that big body. I don't know if Kobe Young is going to be the man, but what he possesses is a big body, and that's why they were replacing him. They have Restrepo's. They have Restrepo. They have Restrepo size receivers. Kobe Young is a 6'5" dude that can run. Now, what did we do with him? Maybe not as much as we probably could have. And maybe that's due to quarterback play.
No. I disagree with you, Coach.
Okay.
That guy showed us his ceiling when he was here with us. He's playing at a high level in short pants and t-shirt with Georgia, because that's what they're seeing. They're seeing what we saw last year when he came with us, or the year before when he came with us. That's what they're seeing. When you put him out on the field in pads and put him out there against competition, you'll see him show up for one or two plays and then he'll disappear.
Right, but he's a big body. But here's my thing. He's a big body. One thing that coaches look for, there's three things you can't coach: size, speed, and effort. You can't coach that. You can't coach 6'5". I can't make you 6'5". I can't. I can't make you, like, I can't get JoJo Trader to look like Jeremiah Smith. I don't care if he lift 1,000-pound weights every day. Like, it's a genetic deal. You get where I'm coming from? I just can't do it, right? And speed is what it is. I can fine-tune your speed, but if you're fast, you're fast. You're not going to run a 5 flat and then go in there and think you finna beat Xavier Worthy running a 4.21. I don't give a damn if you train with Usain Bolt for 10 years straight. Genetically, you just don't have it. And effort is effort. But I'm saying, so
Well,
when people say, why is Kobe Young, and he's a big body, he may be the red zone throw the ball up to guy. He may just be that guy for them. See, we're looking at him as if he's going to Georgia to be the difference maker when they say, you know what, we're missing this piece, and they got a guy down there. They didn't use him that much. We'll sell him a bill of goods, and he'll come down here and come to a national championship winning team, make some catches, make some big time red zone throws. Because we lose him. I think they losing Brock Bowers, right? Yeah, they losing Brock Bowers, and that's what it is.
I mean, you may be right, but I didn't see that 6'5" guy doing a darn thing. I almost cursed. I didn't see him doing a darn thing here at the University of Miami that made me go, okay, wow, look at this talent. I didn't see it.
I understand,
I saw it maybe one or two times during a game, maybe, but I did not see this talented 6'5" monster that everybody thinks he's gonna show up because he's playing with the University of Georgia with better competition. He played against menial competition here at the University of Miami, and I did not see it.
Yeah, but you have to remember this too. He's also on a team overall that has better talent. So therefore, he's not the focal point, maybe, right? You got to make sure you stop this run. You got to make sure you have a quarterback that can deliver the ball now. Maybe he may not be a Heisman Trophy winner. Maybe he is. Hell, I don't know. But what I mean is, sometimes when you have so much talent, you spread the troops out so thin because they're trying to fight all these little battles. But if they came in here, so think about when last year's team, what wide receiver scared you last year?
I got to be honest with you. None of them gave me.
Okay.
None of them gave me the fright, the kind of frightened.
No problem. No problem.
We need to stop this.
No problem. But you're still a defensive coordinator. You still have to determine, out of all of what you saw, your game plan is to stop what? Who is the guy that you say in your mind, I'm not gonna let that guy beat me?
I think that the majority of the defensive coordinators concentrated on Restrepo. If they stopped Restrepo,
no, they didn't.
There was no other alternative for the offense.
You want to know why they didn't? No, they didn't. I'm gonna tell you why. Go look at it. They never doubled him. They never did anything. They never rotated coverage to him. Because, yeah, he can catch the ball, but they knew as soon as he caught it, we could tackle him. He may make a guy miss, but he ain't going to outrun nobody. Go watch the games. They never rotated coverage to him. They never bracketed him. They never starred him. They never – you understand? Like, if
I understand that.
Right. So what they did is – and again, I have to look. I might be putting my foot in my mouth. But maybe, I'm just saying maybe there's a guy over top of the 6'5" guy. Because I think Kobe Young can run, but maybe they did double him up. Maybe they did those type of things that eliminated that, and they said, "We'll if you're gonna beat us, 7 gonna have to do it." Now, maybe when they got in the red zone or something, they may have did some stark underneath coverage kind of thing because that's where he lived. But if you look at Restrepo, he's 1,000-yard receiver, a 1,000-yard receiver. Hear what I'm about to tell you now. I want to show you about why people are not scared. And I hate talking like this about my man, dog. He's 1,000-yard receiver. Hold on. And he had 10 touchdowns. No, I apologize. 6. He's got 10 touchdowns in his entire career. He's got 6 touchdowns last year. I'm not trying to be negative. Okay. I'm trying to talk about how things are schemed. As great all of those great plays that he made, all of the great catches, all of the things. Yeah, he's a chain mover. He's going to make the hard catches. He's going to sacrifice his body. He's going to throw the block. He's going to do all that. But if I'm a defensive coordinator, he was 1,000-yard receiver last year, 6 touchdowns. That's it.
I I agree with. Listen, the stats are the stats. You can't change it. You can't disagree with what the stats say. But I tell you, just like how we are putting Young on a Georgia team, and we think that he's going to excel.
Mhm.
I think that if you put Restrepo on that Georgia Bulldog team, or you put Restrepo on that Ohio State football team, I guarantee you will see an increase in all of those numbers that you just quoted.
That's right.
He was on
You
those
want to know
teams.
why? Because he got better people around him. And that's the thing, same thing I'm trying to say about Kobe Young. I can agree with that, right? You'll get the Wes Welker effect out of him. You'll get the Amendola effect out of him. That's why I think Xavier Restrepo is going to be a great pro. I think he's going to be a great pro. Might have a 6, 7, 8, 9 year career, if not longer, in the NFL. I think he'll be an excellent pro because he does the dirty work. He does the stuff right, and he will be a good pro. I really believe that. But unfortunately, he's not surrounded by a lot of elite talent. So therefore, and he's not the fast. Now, if he was fast and blazing, you have a problem. Let me see here. Who was a team last year? Okay, hold on. Watch this. Let me see here. Hold up. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on this. Let me look and see right quick. You have a dude named Lewis Bond from Boston College, right? Lewis Bond, 646 yards, basically just a little bit more than half of Restrepo. And he has 7 touchdowns. And they both played slot. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is also why Charleston Rambo didn't get drafted. He doesn't turn the catches into touchdowns. Charleston Rambo done broke the records for Miami, right? Like, people didn't understand that. See, we get caught up in, you know, for example, we get caught up in, oh, he's our player, he's our best player. It's just like recruiting. Lil Timmy might be the best player at his school, but he ain't even in the ballpark of college recruiting. You understand what I'm saying? He's the best in respect to his school. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. With that sentiment, I know that we've been asking questions about the guys with the double names like Ray Ray and JoJo. And does that tell you something? If Restrepo had some of the diminished talent, and these guys were unable to unseat him, will that tell you that right now the question is actually, why is Bobby Washington not on the field? Why is Ray Ray not on the field?
Experience. Restrepo can play.
Are they good enough?
Yeah, they can. They're good enough. They're young. You can't do that. We can't do that though. Yes, they can play. But I'm gonna just make this comparison right quick, and then we'll go there. So Charleston Rambo for Miami had 79 catches, 1,172 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Right? Xavier Restrepo had 85 catches for 1,092 yards, so just a little bit short than 100, with 6 touchdowns. So tell me, why don't you think out of all the receivers that went in the NFL draft, Charleston Rambo didn't get drafted?
I don't think Rambo didn't get drafted because of the numbers lacking with touchdowns.
He wasn't fast either.
Yeah, that could have played a part in it.
I
don't think
know.
it's a touchdown.
No,
it
what
could've
I'm
been-
saying is you're not you broke. Think about this. You broke the receiving record or whatever it was he broke at that time, and yet
Okay.
in turn you have 7 touchdowns. I'm just talking about how people look at
Okay.
data. I'm just talking about these scouts, and what they're saying is, how do you turn catches to points? That's all I'm saying.
You know, it's kind of like the guy who was with the Alabama Crimson Tide, that wide receiver who I think he won the Heisman Trophy, or he was in consideration for the Heisman Trophy. He went to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jameson.
The kid was.
I mean,
kid
James
was
James
small as-
Williamson.
I can't remember his name, but he's with the Philadelphia Eagles now, and he played with the University of Miami.
Barrios?
University of Alabama.
Oh, James Williamson.
No, Williamson is not his name. That's not him.
Devontae Smith. I mean Devontae.
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
That's his
Okay.
name, Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Devontae Smith was small as he was similar to Rambo. He had more touchdowns, but the thing that prevented Devontae Smith from going higher in the draft was his size, and that's the same thing that affected Rambo. Rambo, the majority of Rambo's catches were not in that area where a professional wide receiver, an NFL type wide receiver, will get a lot of points for to be drafted high,
Okay.
or to be drafted at all.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think that the number of touchdowns that he had played a part in it. It's a matter of showing that toughness. It's like the kid from Georgia who you mentioned.
Bro,
that
you said Devontae
young,
Smith. Devontae Smith was picked in the first round, the 10th pick overall.
Yeah. He could have gone higher if he were a little bigger.
I
Kid
agree.
would have gone higher.
I agree. But Charleston Rambo didn't go at all out of 257 picks.
Because he was not that player that they considered would go over the middle to catch a football. Number one, he didn't have the speed. Number two, and number three, he didn't have the touchdowns, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have the speed. So yes, okay, yes, because he was 176 foot. Okay, he may have whatever drop. I get it. But he's 6 foot 170, whatever. He's not 225. But he was producing. So because he was producing, he's the 10th pick overall. That's awesome, dog. Because we already know within the first 10 picks, dog, it's going to be what? It's going to be the quarterback. It's going to be some old linemen in there, right? Pass rushers.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, right? E. Brown, like, as good as he played for Miami, think about what he did. You're talking about the University of Miami, and he broke the receiving record. I mean, he caught a lot of passes, dog.
He broke the receiving record for pass catch.
Correct.
Okay, he caught a lot of passes. Okay, but he caught a lot of those. He caught a lot of those passes because there were deficiencies on that offense, with our offensive line, with our running back play. He caught a lot of passes because he helped get us out of situations.
And he couldn't get out of his own situation. That was the problem. He couldn't make people miss and score. That's what I'm saying. And that's what the NFL is looking for. They are looking for people who can be journeymen, right? There are people like, I think Restrepo will get drafted. I think he'll get drafted late, maybe a day 3 guy. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But I think he'll have a 8, 9, 10-year career. I really believe that because Restrepo's going to do all the dirty work. He's going to do all the dirty work. He's going to do all of the stuff. He's going to block. He's going to do what he's supposed to do, and he'll make a good living for himself and everything else.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But listen,
I mean, hold on one second. Hold on one second. You calling me? Well, go ahead. Finish bloviating as I speak. Yo,
we dissected the offense there
we
for
live
about
right now. But
30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. I mean, we talked about some of the things that
all right. Well, I'm live.
that
I'm
make
live right
me
now.
wonder.
Give me about 5 minutes. I'm about to get off. All right.
That makes me wonder. You know,
Mhm.
we talked about things that makes me wonder about the football team that's the virtual unknown. Okay?
Right.
It's a virtual unknown for me.
Right.
But I am my even though I expressed the concern about the offense, I expressed the concern about the coaching staff, but my number one concern about the football team, besides for Ruben and Kiko, is our defense. I think our defense is MIA. I think it's missing in action.
You think so?
And the reason I say that is because besides Ruben, I'm familiar with the players on the defensive line, but I'm unfamiliar with what they can bring to the table to help us win. The linebackers, we're counting on. I hate to say this. I'm not degrading the young man, but we're counting on guys like the Saint, who I think he's a special teams player at best. Okay,
yeah.
And then our defensive backfield, I think that's a lot of people are pointing to the defensive backs as our weak point, but I think it's the strongest part of the defense is our corners and our safeties.
So real quick, conclusion, why do you say that?
About our corners and safeties?
Yeah. No, you said DBJ. Why do you think that? I'm just asking because a lot of people think that is an issue. You saying it's a strong suit. I'm asking why.
Because I think because of experience. Those guys that we have at cornerback, or the one kid who we have there, he has the experience. The other kid on the other side, he has the talent, the length. He has the talent to play the position. Our safeties from last year were the ones who we taught it, where everybody talked about. But they didn't perform like how they were taught it to be. I saw a lot of mistakes from our two safeties from last year. I saw a lot of mental mistakes. I saw a lot of not taking control of the defense and showing direction from those two safeties last year. These two kids who are there this year, I think they possess that ability to come in and have that command presence, where everybody look at them and go, hey, let's follow this guy, let's follow his lead. I didn't see that from those guys last year. I didn't see that from our safeties last year. I saw them making a lot of detrimental mistakes with penalties, overplaying the football, underplaying the football, missing tackles. I just saw a lot of it last year. And
I can go with some of the penalties. Listen, I can go with some of the penalties, and I can go with some of that. But I don't know if I agree with all of that. I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys, because I got to take this call. I got an emergency I had to deal with. The Discord will be the team. If you want to continue this, we already been on here 3 hours, which is fine. If I didn't have to take this, I definitely would have rolled out. But we'll jump into Discord for all the teammates who want to jump in. If you're a team member and you're on the Discord or you have not join the Discord, make sure you link your YouTube channel to it, and it'll open up access to that. If not, you'll just see the general page on there. So like I said, if y'all want to finish this discussion, we definitely can. And I highly urge everybody to come on in and jump on E Brown head because he gonna be in there. So y'all jump on E Brown head and then give him a couple of these right here. Just slap his behind around for all this bloviating he doing, and vacillating with his verbal vomit he been spitting, with this halitosis hate that's coming out his mouth. You like that one? That's a good one. That's a new one. With this halitosis hate that he's spitting up out his mouth, that's fuming out his mouth about my beloved Hurricanes. But no, I'm just teasing, man. E Brown, you know it's fun as always. Like I said, y'all jump on in. I'll be in there in a minute. I gotta take care of something here on the phone. And so we'll definitely have fun and hang it out and chill, and we'll be in there, man. So y'all go ahead and jump in. You don't need coach to start a team meeting if you know what I'm saying. All right. And Nassau, I definitely need you to jump on the Discord. You a member, so go on and get in there, man. Stop playing around. Come give them the business. Show them how y'all boy did it behind the P. And there ain't no Diddy back there either, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, man, hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Big shout out to Kane Nation. We on the road. Lexus called Coach. Yeah, Lexus be on me lately. Always, man, it's Kane Nation, man. We'll have fun with it. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace, love, and hell grease. As always, go Canes. Somebody pass me my cane juice. This man I got on my phone for an hour talking that foolishness, man. Know why I ain't slap him until next week, Thursday. Going on around here. Oh, my bad.